authored by Archangel Uriel. Yeah. Wakataka. Yeah. YOLO. Crystal calling man. Shit. Love it witchcraft part 2. Ritualistic sex. Ritualistic sex. Yeah. Ritualistic sex. That's right. Ritualistic sex. Yeah. Ritualistic sex. Girl, you put a hands on me. Yeah. Ritualistic sex. You know. Ritualistic sex. Yeah. Ritualistic sex. Girl, you put a hands down. Look what you have done to me. You did some vibe and witchcraft shit. You did some shit to me that I can't get back from, yeah. Got an angel falling, I can't get back up, yeah. Nobody told you that you had to live that rough, yeah. Caught in the light and the flame, yeah. Got me thinking that you brain dead. You cheating with you and yourself and you got caught in the same bed. Got me thinking that you no longer got the same head. Your mentality switched, you ain't got the same plans. Yet a polymatic can't land. I was looking for support, girl. Yeah, you got a lot of wealthy thoughts, but we living in a poor world. My soul group is so thorough, no esoteric is standing away. Got me saying you go, girl, taking over the world, no one's standing away. Can you go like the candles, okay? Too hot to hold, but I can handle you, babe. You gave me so much, goddamn I should pay. Thanks for giving like him on your plate, yeah. When it's just you and I, flying through the sky, we just got unified, yeah. Ritualistic sex, ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, that's right. Ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, girl, you put a hands on me. Alright, yeah. Ritualistic sex, you know. Ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, girl, you put a hands down. Look what you have done to me. You did some live and witchcraft like boss. You got me out sounding like the BJs. Like boss. You got me out sounding like the BJs. Like boss. You got me out sounding like the BJs. Yeah. That's right. Oh yeah. Like boss. You got me out sounding like the BJs. Like boss. You got me out sounding like the BJs. Look what you have done to me. You did some witchcraft, baby. You got me caught up in a spell all day. What you want from me, yeah. You got me caught up in a spell all day. What you want from me, yeah. You got me caught up telling tales all day. Now what you want from me, yeah. You be forgetting what I told you. You unlocking spells, here is the cold rule. Ritualistic sex, ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, that's right. Ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, girl, you put a hands on me. Yeah. Ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, yeah. Ritualistic sex, girl, you put a hands down. Look what you have done to me.
Welcome, ladies and gents, to your Venus and Pisces transit talk. This is your host, the peace of dealer, the dealer of peace, the peace dealer. Hey, Mr. Endless Forever. And I just want to remind you, as a child of God, okay, and the Venus is 29 degrees Aqua right now, and it is cold as ice. If we think about Aquarius as the coldness of space, opposite of Leo, the warmth of the sun. Scorpio is cold, and Aquarius is the cold. Scorpio is the coldest, but Aquarius is pretty much the only thing colder. devoid of space, devoid of light. And so to come into this exalted, frigid, dreamy Piscean space outside of the need for temperature in your imagination, it's time for some fun. And this is where I want to say, you are a child of God. For those of you who are children of God, some of you still think shit is sweet. You don't know, you got some spawn of Satan out here. Okay. So trust me. Not everyone's a child of God. Like, I don't think you know that. Like, they look like Biden in the church. Like, like, yeah, you don't belong here, sir. You demon spawn. Like, fuck out of here. So you are a child of God. Your soul was made perfect. You were made perfect just the way you are. So this is the knowing going into this transit, I want you to really embrace. Okay. Let this be the only affirmation you say throughout this moving forward. You're perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect just the way I am. I was made perfect. I'm perfect just the way I am. I was made perfect. That means everyone who and we're not talking about people's opinions and postulation and rhetoric around, well, if you're perfect, then what about that? That's all based on their opinion. We're not talking about people's subjective outside looking in opinion on you. You are whole, you are perfect. Life is perfect. Everything God made is good. Forget people's inability to actually encapsulate the totality of what's happening. People bring in their limited perspectives that give them the illusion, since they hallucinate their conscious reality, that this life is anything but perfect. Everything that you experience in life is exactly the way it's meant to happen. The way you respond to it is your karma. That's it. And so that means everyone that has ever treated you or told you you are anything less than perfect is a goddamn liar. Whether through their actions, directly or indirectly, they infer this, they're a fucking liar and they're a fucking lie. And so let that free your heart from the illusion and the lies that have been projected on you. You do not have to take seriously or address anyone who approaches you as anything less than perfect. This is the basis of my whole service to you. You manifested me. And so I don't let this shit get to my head. I serve you as the perfect being that you were created to be. Namaste. I treat you the way I would want to be treated. Anyone else is probably a spawn of Satan. Like, they're an evil motherfucker. Yeah, they might pretend to be good, donate to stuff, but their ways are against truth. You are created perfect. So all of the insecurities that you have in romance or love, throw that bitch in the trash. That does not belong with you. That does not have anything to do with you. Venus just finished out of Aquarius, so you know what you're rocking with. You can name at least 5 reasons why anyone will be lucky to date or be with you right now. You were created perfect. This is a fact. This evidence is rooted through the zodiac sign of Virgo, the integration of your own personality so you could express through mastery your inherent perfection. Forget these people who rewrote religion and doctrine to make you believe you're a worthless sinner or there's something wrong with you. Forget these scientists who try and gaslight you out of your intuitive capabilities. You exist beyond logic. You're a soul. You were created perfect. Don't let nobody who don't even know their moon sign or believe in souls and spirits tell you who the fuck you are, tell you what the fuck to do. They have no authority over you, period. That's why there's protocol to deal with people like you, but it's the revolution. They can't stop you. The only thing they can do is hurt your body, and that's only if you let them. They cannot touch your soul. Really, really, really feel that? Internalize that. I can end this transit talk right now. That's it. If you just take that with you, I'm perfect. You're not And I don't mean in a snobby way where it's like, I'm perfect, I'm better than this one. I'm talking about centered in your soul. There's nothing wrong with me. When you move forward with that, you're not going to take dating and romance very seriously because you're fucking perfect. And so if someone's not ready for you, that's their loss. Just keep moving because you're perfect. So like maybe you're just not for them. Maybe they're just not for you. That's the attitude, that's the vibe. You take that into Venus and Pisces, and by the end of this transit, there's nothing you're not going to accomplish. Because once again, Venus, even though she's seen as a goddess of love, is really more a goddess of beauty. Venus is feminine, erotic sexuality along with Lilith. Mars is how you like to, Venus is how you like to, How do you like to take it? How do you like to do it? How you like to do it is Mars. How you like to take it, give it and receive it is Venus. They're both different sides of the coin of sex, masculine and feminine sex. I will always say love is the sun. It's amor, it's eros, erotically, and it's the sun. Really, amor and the sun. Amor, which is more like loving kindness, and we don't need the asteroid. It's the sun, the light of Christ. The sun shines on the beggar, the crooked man, the priest, the sinner, the poor man, the rich man. That's love, baby. The sun truly accepts you for what you are. Venus, looking at Venus and Mars as love is a transactional, romantic kind of love. That's not love. That's why you see a bunch of people lost in this world looking for something that they don't really need. Love is someone's ability to truly see and accept you as you truly are and not try and change you. It's nothing to do with romance. It's love and romance. And once we get into the romance, that's where we get into Mars, Venus, Neptune, fifth house. Okay. So would a soulmate either be same sign or opposite sign of your sun? Great question. I used to think like that, but that's two-dimensional. Your soulmate is not a zodiac sign. So I used to think like that because I thought my soulmate was a zodiac sign. You're not a zodiac sign. Your soulmate's not a zodiac sign. So your soulmate could literally be any sign. The nature of the sun will just let you know the type of soulmate connection you have. So if your soulmate has an opposite sun, you have a spirit partnership. If your soulmate has a sun that trines your sun, you have that kind of partnership. So that's how you kind of take it outside of that, and then the astrology kind of fits on it. Because I used to be like, okay, your twin flame is your opposite sign, and it's more signature. This could be evidence of that, but the soul transcends the zodiac, and the zodiac is the language of how you actually actualize this soul wisdom. Really good question. So, when you have planets trying your south node, that's a good question. It's as important as any other aspect in the chart. So it's not more or less important than any other aspect. It's as important as you make it. If you want to use it in a way it's important, and that's such a good question too, because that's how you kind of transcend, once again, transits. There's no such thing as good or bad transits. In astrology and in this community, we use idiomatic languaging to like say that, but the worst aspects are the best aspects depending on how you use it. Squares are your friends. Quincunx are your friends. Oppositions are your best friends. Trines can be your enemy if you get too comfortable with them. So it really depends on, once again, how you transcend these concepts and use them. Okay. And be one with them. So the whole purpose of this Venus and Pisces transit talk is to bring you up to speed on the fact that I am self-taught, is to bring you on. The experience taught me this because I've done my 10,000 hours. I have at least 3 different astro.com profiles with over 1,000 profiles and charts on each. And I've been doing this for over 10 years. So I am most definitely self-taught. Like, I do this. Thank you. Really great question. So once again, this is very, very, very important because personally, all right, you have finished an entire Venus cycle that has kicked off since 2020 with the conjunction in Capricorn. So every year that Venus has gone over Neptune, you dove deeper into a very special rabbit hole that made more of your dreams not just real, but personally stepped you into the next cycle. So this is related to what I'm saying. The moon, the Venus, Neptune, for example, conjunctions, and this is a really good question. Aspects correlate with zodiac sign energies. So oppositions are read like Libra energy. You must always read conjunctions as Aries energy. And once I started to learn the mathematics of the cycles, I was already nice at astrology, but this took my astrology to the next level. Okay. Aspects are really everything. They're really a part of everything. So you read conjunctions as a 0-degree push button start. It is the Aries signature from 0 to 30 degrees because conjunctions initialize relative to the cyclical nature of the transits, because we look at charts as they're just still, but they're continually moving. So every time you see a conjunction in the chart, for example, the conjunction between Moon and Saturn here, the conjunction between Neptune and Pisces, that is the brand new start of a cycle. It's like you're cutting the ribbon and you've shot the gun and the race has started. So conjunctions are very significant and they carry the Aries signature. Okay. They have an Aries energy. It's compulsive. It's new. It blends things. Such a good question. So every time we've had this Venus Neptune conjunction since 2012, this sowed the seeds towards adding more to the dream. It's like the first time we did this 2012, you started to really tap into this new world of synchronicities and tapping into these twin flame connections and tapping into more of the mythos of your divine self, encapsulating the full-on integration of how everything you've experienced comes together. That was a mouthful. And as it comes back, you review everything and you're like, okay, time to go into a deeper cycle. So the reason why this is very important, do you count that restart with conjunctions and natal charts as well, or just transits? Really good question. When you want to get mathematical in the natal chart, it depends on the nature of it. The faster moving planet times it. Okay. So in the natal chart, if you have your moon 26 degrees and your Saturn 28 degrees, technically, mathematically, that's a dirty conjunction. It's not a conjunction, it's a semi-sextile because the moon moves faster. So whatever planet moves faster is the timer. And it goes from the conjunction, square, opposition. Once you read stuff like this, the matrix code's open for you because you know, okay, Venus is coming half noon to the transit, and you'll start to see the effects at these squares. So if you're doing it in the natal chart, if the moon was like exactly 28 or 29, that's where the conjunction starts mathematically. Now, I like to blend it because, of course, when you were born, it was still moving. So personally, I kind of, if it's dirty, if it's within, this is where people say if it's within the orb, you can call it that. But this is the natal chart is based on transits. So that's where you can kind of do both of that. Thank God. Okay. Shout out to all of you who survived the Saturn transit to the moon. That's Moon in Sag, Cap, and Aqua so far. Pisces, you next. Okay. Yes, we are. You know what it is. All right. This is the transit chart, by the way. And this is Venus at the end of Pisces. So Venus is going to be in Pisces January 27th to February 19th. The reason why I want to preface this with the significance of Venus entering in 2012 is everything you're about to experience is a spillover of the dream energy, we'll call it, you've been building up. And now this is the first time since 2012 that Jupiter has spilled this over into Aries. So now you're going to see, as Jupiter goes into Taurus, the elements of these rabbit hole like synchronicities that take you out of 3D become more real than ever. It's going to feel like a fantasy that has existed in your imagination finally touching base, and you're now seeing more elements of this fantasy in your real life than ever. People who you've been having telepathic conversations with introduce themselves to you. It's like, wait, you're a real person? Crazy shit. Except it's not crazy, it's supernatural. So with that being said, it's very significant that the ruler of Pisces And the exalted planet of Pisces since 2012 have been meeting in Pisces, initializing cycles. That's one of the most important cycles that we've been having, because we're now finally at the final place. The last part of this, the last part of this is 2023, 2024, and 2025. Because after 2025 is over, we will never have this conjunction with the exalted indignity. The fact that you're alive for this is crazy. This is why the love feels blissful, the potential for love. What Venus and Neptune and Pisces are doing is it's capturing the ideal. Your imagination is real time creating the ideal that you want to experience in love. And then as Venus goes around the cycle, it works to integrate that with this 3D reality, balance it in Virgo, or balance it in Virgo Libra, review it through Capricorn, and then come back around to do it again. This is what you've been doing since 2012. This is why now at this stage, you're seeing more synchronicities than ever, because at the final third decan stage, now every time Venus is meeting Neptune, you've already gone through the false twin dynamics, the tower moment. You've gone through this rabbit hole from 2012 that'll end 2025 to where you're finally ready to come into the full realization of it. And the final part of this is Saturn getting ready to go into Pisces. This is the last Venus in Pisces where Saturn won't be in Pisces, because once Saturn goes into Pisces and starts to cut the veil, and now you start to materialize everything you've believed. Basically, since 2012, you were imagining what could be, and you were guided through synchronicities to build this mythos of your anime world. And now once Saturn comes into Pisces, it's materializing. This is why there were a lot of fluctuations, and you had to break through doubt. You had to break through old beliefs in yourself, so that when Saturn comes through and lays the cement, you have built in your imaginary world within the world. This is what God says in the Bible when they preach about, are you focusing on the treasures of the kingdom within? You have certain people who build treasures in the 3D, but they neglect their inner world because it's not real to them. Science teaches you, worldly wisdom teaches you, oh, that's not real. You're just cells and atoms. Q. There is a world within you. And for those of you who have stayed true to your inner world, your anime world, the beliefs within you, the stuff that the magic within you, that's your own currency. This is why your philosophy and beliefs are so important. And the treasures that you have in heaven, what if you can access them at will? So this is the last Venus and Pisces that you have to build this inner dream world, and you must be as fish-hearted as possible, because once this Pisces season, new moon kicks in and Saturn goes into Pisces, Venus is going to be going around the transit, and you're going to be materialized. And this is where, if you have any doubts, that's materializing too. So you just have to, if you're fully fish-hearted and you fully believe in yourself, then anything that's not true about the fish-hearted nature will just align and integrate, and then you can weed that out, versus being in doubt and just, accepting things less than what you're worth. What does this look like? Twin flame reunions, soulmate revivals, you finally breaking through at a collective level, your tribe, you actually coming into breakthroughs with what you love to do. And what Venus means more than sex and romance, money. This is actually going to be responsible for most of the financial breakthrough that you will have ever experienced, due to the culmination of what directs your financial breakthrough, the vision and dream towards what you want to take it in. Some of you have followed very lucrative fields that make a lot of money, but you're not making a lot of money in it because that's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to go in that field that doesn't make a lot of money, but you're meant to do it. So you're going to come into a lot of money and success. This transit is teaching you to go away from the social statistics and inconclusive research that opinionated people make, and to go within where the true authority is. So now you have receipts. So it's just a lot harder for people to really come at you. If you notice, people never really address the facts you put. They try and work around it to delegitimize it, which shows they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So Venus is value. That's it. Venus is value. And in this in this world, money is seen as valuable. It's the currency with which you can buy things. Astrologically, the economic system is Saturn and the economy is Capricorn. The bank, the fixed institution that holds value, is Taurus, and Venus is the value, right? Capricorn is money, but Venus is the value of that money, okay? And Virgo is the market. It's the mutable social exchange where buyers and sellers come together to bargain, to argue on what price to agree on, Libra balance. And then Scorpio, you exchange other people's resources. That's just the science, okay? So the reason why Venus of value is so important when it comes to money is because the more powerful your Venus is, the more you value yourself, the more money you're going to make. This is where someone might be Mercury deficient, but they're Venus deficient. Sorry, but they're Venus efficient, they're Venus abundant, and Mercury deficient. So these people have shitty skills. Like they're not even that smart. They don't really have that much skills, but they're Venus abundant. So they really know the value they carry, or they believe in their value. And this is where these are the type of people who can sell well, and the quality of what they're selling isn't that good, versus people who are very Mercury abundant but Venus deficient. Yeah, they're super skilled, they're very smart, but they don't value themselves that much. So they don't make as much money as people less skilled than them. This is the importance of Venus. She the finesser for that reason. Venus puts the polish on it. Venus makes it look good. Venus can make shit look good and sell it to you, and you'll buy it knowing it's shit. That's the finesser, baby. That's Venus. Like she has a charm to her. All right. Look at the beauty industry. Look at Kim Kardashian. Look at Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner has Venus and Virgo on her North Node, and she's a mogul in the beauty industry. Kim Kardashian has also a very well pronounced Venus. And you have to really look at these things because, you know, this is one of the goddesses that run shit. Mercury deficient is really more of a term. There's no sign that Mercury is deficient in. It's at its fall in Mercury, but Mercury is a whiz in any sign. Mercury deficiency would probably just be horrible aspects and unfavorable degree, which really just depends on how the person uses it. So someone else can use the same Mercury in an abundant way, but really good question. The purpose of the analogy was just to show you want to really value yourself here. And so really honor your Venus, because Venus is mainly how you do that. Now, I'm glad you mentioned Rihanna. Rihanna to me, and I'm going to look up her chart, but Rihanna is a legend. So Rihanna literally manifested $1 billion company off of her own back because she's a fucking legend. And she's an Aries moon. And so that was a solo manifestation of the legend. But I didn't really even think of to look at her Venus because it is a beauty. Fenty is beauty industry. So no surprise, she has Venus on her rising, on the moon with Jupiter. I'm glad we looked at I didn't even know that. I didn't know Rihanna had moon, Venus, and Jupiter in Aries. See? So, wow. So now we can see why. Wow, that's fire. That's literally fire. I didn't know she had moon, Venus. That's crazy. Y'all got to see this. Look at this. That basically just explains it right there. She literally manifested. Second, she's a Taurus signature. She's a fucking boss. She manifested a brand around what? Her identity, Aries. Dude, I mean, this is more respect for Riri. And that's crazy. You got the Saturn and the 10th. So that's the industry. That's crazy. That's amazing. New moon, too. Well, right before the new moon. Yeah, she was born right after the new moon, rather. That don't sleep on the Jupiter risings, man. The Jupiter contacts be blowing people up. So yeah, the reason why I want to kind of establish this importance is because it's important. And what's very, 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 very important about this is I want to make sure. Okay, good to know. I didn't even realize that. I want to make sure you're aware. She's a Jupiter rising and married to Jupiter sun. That's really interesting. I want to make sure you're aware. Wait, let me see if ASAP Rocky is a Jupiter sun. Oh, he Jupiter Gemini, he Jupiter trine. That's what's up. So basically, ASAP Rocky's in her 7th house of relationships. Oh shit. She's an Aries rising, got with a Libra sun. And then Kim is a Sag rising, got with a Gemini sun in her 7th. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I be loving that rising sign mathematics. Yo, the rising sign reveals all the secrets, man. Okay, so with that being said, okay, what's very wild about all that is personally this is the stage of the transit where now the dreams you've been building spill out completely. And the reason why I want to say it carefully is with the Aquarius energy 12th house to this, manifesting this, some of you may not understand why everything you've ever dreamed for just comes up out of nowhere. As you can see, Pluto is 29 degrees, Venus is 29 degrees, Saturn is 28 degrees, Mars is moving forward. Okay. So this is very, 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 it should feel like a dream right now. We're entering a dream space. This is the quintessential breakthrough that since 2012 to 2022 built up. It was 10 years of built up. And now this is the 1 year that we're breaking out the illusion. And now you're starting to see the way, like, that's what it's basically going to be. For 10 years, there was an illusion, there was a curtain that gave an illusion. And the thing that's so very iconic about this is Saturn was leaving Libra and entering Scorpio as Neptune went into Pisces. So we have the Saturn Scorpio to Saturn Aqua square. And from that whole square was a powerful illusion, okay, to where many of you had to fight that psychological fight against microaggressions, psychic attack, being told that what you're meant to do is delusional, is crazy, having stuff you say twisted. This is all a part of the Neptune journey. Neptune, like God, works in very mysterious ways, especially when the corrupted part of it isn't an evil fuck. But that's not Neptune's fault. So with that being said, this is crucial because 2023 now is the year that the veil gets cut. From 2023 to 2025, we're going to institute a new veil with Neptune and Saturn going into Aries, the beginning of a new world order. So we're ending the old world order as the beginning of the end of the world. But what's going to happen as soon as Saturn goes into Pisces, style to Avery, okay, the veil is going to be cut. And now in this curtain, the reason why I want to tie this with integrity, Saturn of integrity is cutting the veil. So basically, you saw illusions. You saw stuff that shouldn't be true. Because remember, there was no prominent Gemini through these transits or Virgo or Sag. So it's just people believing whatever. And it could be very convincing outside a lot of facts. So you've seen because Pisces is a collective movements, collective beliefs from false narratives, collective narratives. You've seen people give you the impression of winning. You've seen the inflated numbers in people's follower and view counts. And over since 2012, the second Obama term, to 2022, the middle of this, the middle of Obama's third term, because if you really think Biden's truly president, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. We went from the second Obama's term, one of Trump's term, and Obama's third term. Okay. And basically from 2012 to 2022 was this illusion being built up. Now Saturn is coming into Pisces. And so this is where the illusion is going to go away. And the work you've been doing, you're going to see the success of it. Some of you literally in one short year are going to see, wow, I've been putting in this work for 10 years and I only have like 2,000 followers. And in a short year, that 2,000 is going to go to 20 million because you've been doing the work. Versus people who've been faking the funk, they've been taking advantage of the Pisces energy to fake the funk because you can use Neptune to give this illusion and it'll work. Now that Saturn's coming back to reap the karma, those people will go from 10 million to like nothing. And it's not about follower counts. It's about the work that they did from 2012 to 2022. So for the people who've been working hard, Saturn's rewarding you for that. For the people who've been faking the funk, the illusion and the veil is going to be lifted. Pluto is now out of Capricorn. You're going to see mass exposure in government, mass exposure in religious institutions, banking and financial institutions, the celebrity world, the consumer world. And the important thing about this is you've been working through this illusion and it's giving you the illusion that there's been no like you've just had crumbs for your work, but they were never crumbs. Some of you were highlighting the quality over the quantity. And this is where now the end of this transcendence with Neptune in the third decan is literally by the end of this transit with the sun in Pisces, giving you a total awareness post Saturn of everything. This is the period of darkness where you are going to be coming into abundance, but that's just to prepare you for the new world order and the fight for the revolution. After the period of darkness, this is where the warriors of light will now step forward in order to instill the new generation, okay, and the new revolution. This 2-year period of darkness is the last opportunity for the elite dark forces to weed you out as a revolution. When you look at that, and when you look at it like that, you're not going to take this personally for the fact that they're going to indiscriminately come for you. During this 2 years of darkness, what makes it 2 years of darkness? We're going to have Saturn going through Pisces. The Reaper will be in the dream shadow space of Pisces. We're not going to have anything in Aries. We're not going to have anything in Leo. And Sagittarius is empty as fuck. The only time we're going to have fire sign transits are when the personal planets move through there. And that's like being in a period of darkness. And then we just have short 30-day periods of light. And then the light goes out. We don't have any prominent light source until Jupiter leaves Aries. So like, and that's not a light source. That's just like a traveling walking stick of light. It's not the light source is Leo. So we're not going to have that prominent source until Saturn is there. Okay. And why is this very important? It's going to be in that period that they've already tried to set the censoring of the Aquarius was to set up the stage for this. Now that they set the protocol to censor information, they're going to go to the avatars. They're going to go to the magicians and they're this is COINTELPRO. This is all sorts of shit. It is not the safest period to be an influencer that tells the truth. It's kind of like I don't watch Andrew Tate videos. I'm not an Andrew Tate fan, but it's exactly what he said. You get 3 strikes. First, they cancel you off social media. Then they put you in jail for something you didn't do. Third is death. And so like these people have a new world order to set 2025. 2023 is going to blossom the magical abilities of the chosen ones. And you're going to be inspiring people beyond the illusions. This is going to make you a target. This is the period of darkness. During this period of darkness, many people who you've seen professing wokeness, they're going to go back to sleep. A lot of people who you thought got it, they're going to believe these false narratives. Are you aware what Project Bluebeam? Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus is an advanced technology that can literally, they already have it out now. They can create real things. You have AI that can fake text messages. You have apps that can fake voice calls. You have deep fake AI that can literally fake whole transmissions. Have you seen the Morgan Freeman deep fake where you look at it? So what is reality? That's everything Pisces is here to teach you. That's why the true reality is not what you see. It's the kingdom of heaven within you. You have to stay true to that, because people are going to believe what they see. They're going to believe that that alien in the sky is really an alien. They're going to believe that that figure of Jesus they see is really Jesus. Like, we are entering that territory, Pluto Aquarius, where you're going to see the dark side of AI hackers and technology more than ever. When an entire, which they already did, but at a higher level, when an entire experience is fabricated and everyone believes that what they see is real, who's going to make it through a period like that? This is why you must know. For people who know, what they see doesn't faze them because they know, versus people who just believe, they don't know, then they're going to be fazed by what they see. You're going to think that that person really likes you. They're really into you. They're really a Project Veritas spy. And shout out to them. Or they're really a spy that's trying to, kill you. Okay? Because they're going to move covert if you are still and you know the world within you and the intuitions, because your intuition is going to be more loud than ever. This is what will guide you. It's only those that know their God that will do exploits. We are now going to Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Okay. And Jesus went out and departed from the temple. I'm going to read this whole chapter. And his disciples came to him for the shoe. Don't worry about the dogma. Just listen to this outside of the religious context. Okay. This can apply to anything. Many of you kind of seen this. And Jesus said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily, I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another. There shall not be one thrown down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what sign shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Do you know why I'm reading this? The end of the world, Saturn world and Pisces, is the Saturn and Pisces transit. That is the beginning of the end of the world. It's not just Saturn. It's not the first time Saturn has been in Pisces. So we can't say it's just that transit, but it's the first time Saturn has been in Pisces, with Neptune ending its cycle and Pluto ending its cycle and Saturn getting ready to really end that cycle with the North Node ending its cycle. This is a huge convergence. And if you need proof, and Jesus said to them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and deceive many. You are gods. You are God. You're God. You're God. That's why I make sure I make the distinction to say you are as God, but you are as gods, but there's only one God. That's Christ. That's Christ. That's Christ. I'm going to just maintain that. Whether you call it Jesus, Osiris, Esau, Allah, it is what it is. We have to tap into the God within through the Holy Spirit so that we can, of course, connect with the God above, which is really within you. So hold on now. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay. Let me show you something. You'll hear of wars and rumors of wars. What are we hearing about now? Germany has declared war on Russia. We're here, baby. We're here. My predictions came a week late, but we here. So, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We got all these viruses coming up out of nowhere. We got all these food shortages, earthquakes coming soon. All of these are the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of Saturn and Pisces, sorrows. Okay, the Neptunian negative influence that leads one towards alcoholism and depression. Okay, that's the dark side of Pisces. They then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be the hatred of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This is the period of darkness. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. That's 13th verse. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Jesus said, those of you who live by the truth, they're coming for you. Think about it. You will literally get canceled if you think that a man cannot give birth. This is very important. And this is how you know it's not trans versus straight people, because they're coming for trans people who don't peddle that narrative. They're coming for homosexual people who don't peddle the LGBTQ narrative. It's not about flesh and blood. This is about the war against truth. What I'm saying, anybody of any demographic or belief can agree with, because it applies to all of us. So it doesn't matter whether you're straight, gay, trans, Egyptian, Israeli, Islamic. If you tell the truth, they're coming for you. And those of you who don't believe the bullshit you see and the deception you see will make it through. Okay? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all of the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Okay? Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and give unto and those that give suck in those days. You literally have him saying, I feel bad for the people who have children during those days, because they're coming for your kids. They're coming for your kids. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as not was since the beginning of the world, no, nor shall ever be. Remember this verse, okay? And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Do you see? Jesus is saying, because you're chosen, this time is going to be shortened because you're chosen. Because of your sake, this judgment isn't going to last longer. That's the 2-year transit, okay? And this, of course, keeps moving forward to say, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. Okay, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Before I have told you before, behold, I have told you before, wherefore they shall say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the sacred chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be. For wherever the carcass is, there will be eagles gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken. Okay. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with heaven, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together from the four winds and from one end of heaven to the other. Okay. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. The truth will still be here. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then two shall be in the field, one taking the other left. Two grinding at the woman grinding the wheel, one taking the other left. Watch therefore, for ye not know what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, who his Lord hath made ruler over his household to give them meat in due set season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him rule over his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him a portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Do you remember this verse? For there shall be great tribulation, such as there are not since the beginning of time. Let's go to Daniel. This turned into a Bible study real quick. If we look at Daniel, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even at that time. And at that time that people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Then I, Daniel, looked, and behold, there stood two, the one on the side of the bank of the river, and the other on the side of the bank of the river. And one said to the man clothed in linen, which was on the waters of the river, how long shall it be to the end of these wonders? And I heard the man clothed in linen, which was upon the waters of the river, when he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and he sware by him that liveth forever, that it shall be a times and a half. And when he shall have accomplished the power to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. And I heard, but I understood not. Then I said, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed until the end of time. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And from that time, the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, and the abomination that maketh desolate set up. There shall be 2,290 days. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,305 and 30 days. But go that way, for let it be, for thou shalt rest in the holy life. Okay, I need to break this down, guys. The reason why this is so goddamn significant, okay? Listen, The whole analogy of the Bible is about the temple, the body, okay? And this is where you are going to see people claiming that they are Christ, but they are false Christs. The consciousness of Christ, which is the Holy Spirit, is immaterial. And when Jesus is speaking of Christ coming, this is the ascension of your consciousness. The rapture that takes place is the transcendence of your being through the alignment of yourself with God through the Holy Spirit. This is why you're going to see wonders. We are entering a period where superpowers are blossoming again. And when Project Bluebeam shows the image of Jesus Christ coming from the sky with the angels, it's going to deceive so many cultures with the apparitions. But remember, those, and this is where the Bible is saying in Daniel, those doing wickedness are not going to understand what's happening, but the wise will understand what's happening. The way for, we are really living to see this, guys. This is literally it. And the key thing here is with the end of that Matthew verse, you're going to have people partying and playing like shit is sweet, but this is the time of our lives. You have been prepared your entire life for this. While you see people trying to live the dream and promote this false image, we have basic instructions before leaving Earth, because this is not our home. This is just a training ground. You are in this world, not of this world. And the reason why this is very, very, very important is because the rapture isn't this figurative Jesus Christ that's coming from the sky. Jesus is coming from the sky, but this is, in a sense, that means the ascension of your consciousness. This is why when Jesus says the kingdom of heaven is within you, you're going to have the people who externalize their belief in spirit, and they're going to be giving into the signs and wonders that will deceive the elect. The people who get spirituality versus the people who don't. The people who don't get it feel like it's external. Oh, I saw this, so it's real. The people who get it know that it's within. The seat of the soul, the temple, the rapture is talking about the ascension of your consciousness. Jesus coming from heaven, your crown. And this is where we're deviating the timelines. You're going to have people who know the power comes from within versus people who give their power away to worship people who show them signs. So when people say, I'm the Christ, it's a deception, because Christ consciousness comes from within. The return of Christ is through the collective of chosen ones, the 144,000 of what you call it, right? In order to remind you of the kingdom of heaven within. So listen, the projection of the sky is, there's no real Jesus coming from the sky. Jesus is very real, but this physical reality isn't real. Science has proven that there is a realer, not that science has to be the end all be all, but there is a realer dimension in this. This is just an illusion. We exist outside of that. And that's why it's going to be internal, the experience, versus people who are going to see this image and they're going to worship it, but that's worshiping a graven image. There is no image. Guys, it's so very important, guys. I can't emphasize enough the importance. What is the most important thing they said? Just like in the days of Noah. Do you know why that's very important? We're entering a period where everyone around the world, there's an outpouring of spirit, both good and evil. It's a period where everyone's awakening superpowers. And this is going to end with the advent of technology. This now makes possible certain fantastical things you could never see. And so you have people who are not aligned with God. And you're going to see these. That's why I keep saying, just because someone's good at tarot doesn't mean they're not a piece of shit. I know people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers who read tarot but have a horrible character. Just because they're good at reading tarot and they have psychic ability doesn't mean that they're not evil. Evil people have psychic abilities too. So it's not just someone being on point. That means you have to give them your energy. You have to judge someone by their fruit and character. Discern, rather. There's only one judge of the living and the dead. I'm so honored to share this with you because this is the time of our lives. This is literally everything you have been trained for. And as of now, as you can see, Venus is 29 degrees Aquarius as we're getting ready to step fully into this transit. In fact, it's 29 degrees and 58 minutes. So by the time we finish this, it's probably going to be in Pisces. And so listen, guys. Whoo! The entertainment has been telling you this. Shit in a few 2 years, like once we get into Saturn and Aries, that's the new world where supernatural creatures are there. Everything is happening over this next 2 years. War, pestilence, famine, supernatural creatures, as is the days of Noah. Do you know why Noah had to create the ark? You had so much evil and the presence of Nephilim. There was so much evil in the world, just like now. Look at the evil rampant in the world. God had to cleanse it, but you also had giants walking around in those days. Now think about the mountains you see. Think about the caverns. You're about to awaken to the reality that Attack on Titan is based on real premises. A lot of these Nephilim giants were sealed into the inner earth and were petrified to become the mountains you see. This is not just in your head. And so when you see these literal titans return and the sea, remember, the most important thing I have to say is all these people talking about, they know how the end of the world is going to end. No one knows what the end of the world is going to be like. Only God knows the hour. And everything, all these people quoting the Bible and these scripts, you're like a blind man looking at an elephant, like, oh, this elephant it has a hard tusk, so it's probably something. And then someone else is looking at the nose. That's you looking at different texts. What did it tell Daniel? Daniel saw how people were getting murked. Truth tellers were out here getting murked. Like, what the fuck? What is this? And the angel said, seal that shit. No one will know what this is until the time of the end. The time, Saturn, of the end, Pisces. Neptune of its rulership here is facilitating this. This is the period of the time where the sealed information is getting released. This presupposes that there are an entire portion of wisdom that no one knows because angels sealed it. And it's only angels who will probably know. As an angel, I'm going to give you a little bit of what that was sealed. The presence of vampires, giants, supernatural beings, powers, and principalities that you can now see because your psychic vision is awake, and the mass indiscriminate killing of the chosen people. Those of you who maintain not just blind faith, you have already been awakened to your power. This is what you're going to use to make it to the new world. Okay. Gnosticism is very interesting because what you see with Gnosticism is a very interesting mix between Christianity and the Greek and Roman mythologies at the time. So and this is where the Apostle Paul did a whole lot in the New Testament to speak against Gnosticism, because Gnosticism has a form of wisdom, but it takes away the essence of Christ. At the same time, there is truth in Gnosticism, and the Gnostic doctrines that had to exist during a period of Roman Catholic dogmatic tradition kind of preserve some of this. So not all Gnosticism is the same. You have a lot of new age bullshit that is attached to Gnosticism that kind of just deceives people more than helps people. So I don't really want to touch Gnosticism, but elements of Sophia, elements of the demiurge, elements of Logos, there's truth to that. It's just it's so hard to really find what's genuine, authentic Gnosticism that hasn't been washed by the Helena Blavatskys and these Luciferians, that it's kind of hard to agree. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to kind of share that, especially if you give into the whole notion that Lucifer kind of freed people. Like, there's blatant contradictions in that. But it is what it is. I don't want to necessarily shit on Gnosticism. If it calls out to you, go ahead, because there is a mythology and wisdom to that. And a whole lot of the manuscript of the Bible is Greek mythology, which is Egyptian mythology. So a lot of the Old and New Testament tie more to Egyptian lore. And that's where I will quote the Bible, but the Bible isn't the word of God to me. Jesus Christ is the word of God. And Christ exists outside the Bible. Okay, I'm not talking about white Jesus. I'm talking about Christ. Logo. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That's directly out of John, but he's beyond that book. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I represent as an angel. That's what I'm here to kind of pioneer and serve. And there are other angels that we're doing this with, and so let's do it. I prefer to say Satanism. Yeah, Luciferianism is closet Satanism anyway. So I agree. So, I just wanted to we getting serious here. You have a lot of these people who talk spiritual, but they're not spiritual. They only know how to talk the talk and talk about chakras and talk about energy. Spirituality is not about what you know. It's the practice of it. It's actually sharing your gifts and having to maintain integrity through this. A lot of these people just want a buck. A lot of these people just want the prestige of, I know shit spiritually. They don't do the work. That's why I don't respect these influencers on Instagram and Facebook that talk about astrology. They talk spirituality, but what work are you practicing? Do you actually read charts for people, or are you reading charts for money? Are you actually doing shadow work with people? You're just talking about shadow work. And these are all the people who are going to fall off. You're going to see 99% of people fall off over the next 2 years because they're not really about it. When the gun comes to their head and they're like, oh, you really do this spiritual shit? Are you going to do it? If your life is on the line, they're going to fall back. And then you have those like us that's like, pull that trigger, bitch. Pull that trigger. I dare you. Click, 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 click. It's a miracle. Or you get blasted and now you fought the good fight. This is the fight. This is integrity of beliefs. Okay. Hermetics. I do stand by hermetics. Authentic, genuine hermetics. Who asked that? I do fuck with hermetics. Hermetics is not even religion. Hermetics are just laws and principles. The law of polarity, the law of, gender or whatnot. Like, I do fuck with that for sure. In fact, I want to study that more because I haven't really gone deep into that, but those are interesting laws. So with that being said, Ifa, I'm going to get my hand of Ifa. I got initiated. Okay, so the thing about Ifa is Catholicism ripped Ifa. Like, all these religions come from Ifa. I'm just going to tell you that right now. All the religions come from Ifa and the Congo religions. So they've been demonized and everything, but it's just a traditional religion that was orally passed down. So I got initiated in Palo. The next thing I'm going to do is Ifa. I'm going to get my Mano de Orula. I just need to talk to the right people. But I'm Hijo de Obatala. I'm one of them. But other than that, and as I come more into knowledge of that, I intend to become a Babalawo. I'm in my priest path. I'm a progressed Cancer rising, so I'll be able to initiate some of y'all on that. I just got to get my tools, do all that. It's a little bit different because we don't have to go through the pipeline of the old generation. It's coming through within us, so we have to innovate a whole lot of that. All of the new age shit. Thank you, and that's how you know what's genuine or not. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Yeah, I got you. I totally got you. The reason why I have been slow to get back to Ifa is you have a lot of these people who just want money. Like years worth of doing this with men. It was an Aquarius woman and another high priestess that got me right. And so I'm just taking it slow and I'm finding the right person who, you know what I'm saying? Once I get that straight, I'll be y'all plugged. I got you. And I'm meant to do this. Like I'm meant to kind of mix astrology with this because there's correlations, like Elagua is correlated with Mercury. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, so what do you think about animal sacrifices in the Ifa? The reason why animal sacrifices don't really hit well for some people is because they don't understand the essence of blood. Like in the Bible, they don't understand why God needed the blood of a ram, needed the blood of a cow before he sacrificed the blood of his son. Blood is the way shit works. So there's such a bad rap because you have people who don't have integrity and sacrifice these animals for all sorts of stuff. The reason why animal sacrifices are taboo is because people don't know the significance of it. You kill animals to eat them. So like doing an animal sacrifice is no worse than killing chicken to manufacture and pre-produce them. One is actually worse than the other, and it's not the animal sacrifices. It's the animal sacrifices done out of integrity to do black magic. But then it's really just the intent of the black magic. So that's why culturally it's gonna be hard for certain people to get with. And there's a version you could do with all of that. Like the way I'm going to practice it, I don't really feel like I need animal sacrifices because that ties into Christ. The blood of Christ washes over you. That already happened. So you don't need to make sacrifice anymore. But it really depends on your relationship to each of the Loa. And this is where, you know, initiation, when looking at it from the outside looking in, that's where it gets kind of, you know, difficult. But you're honoring, it's not just butchering, the animals also in their sacrifice come into honor of that. So it's basically about how you do it in a ceremonious way that's in integrity. It's good for all involved, and that's why only those initiated can do that, because in initiation you're coming into the authority to mediate death. If you don't do it, it's very important. That's what the steps are for. But you're in a climate where everyone can get initiated, everyone can get an ayahuasca ceremony because they're doing it for money. So this new generation of people are bringing, like, shout out to the trap witch. The trap witch is so important because she's a voice that kind of speaks to these themes as an Aquarius goddess at that in ways that so many people aren't introduced to. And she represents the new generation from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s of people who are getting ready to bring this back in its purity. And we're here. Now, this is the thing. All of those people who do this African voodoo spirituality, 99% of them are going to get weeded out. Like this is a great purge. And the reason why this is very important is Venus in Pisces is the collective heart initiation that's facilitating this. And this is where the first part of this transit comes through with the completion of Aquarius season. All of Venus in Pisces is going to complete with the end of Aquarius. I want you to see how throughout all of this, and I have to answer this, Vedic is legit. Vedic is legit. I'm going to even study more nakshatras and teach them to you. Vedic principles, divisional charts. These people are fucking geniuses. The only thing that's off is sidereal. If you use Vedic, you must use it with Western. Do not use Vedic with sidereal. That's delusional. If you use Vedic with tropical, you're a genius. You're ahead of the curve. I'm not even at that level yet. Everyone who's doing that is ahead of the curve. Like Vedic is the shit. Just use it, but just use it with Western placements. Okay. Not the Vedics, because some people think Vedic is shifting it back. Like, oh, well, what's your Vedic? Vedic is not sidereal. Vedic is not shifting your planets back 23 degrees. That's not Vedic. That's the sidereal system. Vedic is strictly nakshatras and more so other. So why is it delusional? The reason why it's delusional is an inability to accept the mathematics. So people who believe in sidereal are people who say dumb shit like, oh, the calendar system has changed. It used to be 13 months and blah, blah, blah. That's not a conspiracy. People who say that don't understand math and science. The reason why you have changes to the calendars is to account for the math behind the sunlight. When they initially made the calendars, they didn't know stuff about leap years and shit like that. So that's why, I mean, you do have the agenda of the names of the calendars, but scientists update this. The thing that's very important here is that sidereal, Astrolata said this perfectly. Sidereal works for ages. Sidereal shifts back 23 degrees because of the precession of the equinox. This is real science, but it shifts back the constellations. Western and tropical is not based on the constellations. It's based on the zodiac. That doesn't shift. The zodiac is based on the ecliptic of the sun and the earth's equator. So when you're looking at the astrology of an age of people, then we're going to use sidereal. Astrolata nailed this. Now we're going to look at the 23 delineation and be like, okay, where Aquarius used to be, where Pisces used to be, now Aquarius used to be. That's when you'll use sidereal and you'll be like, okay, we're entering the age of Aquarius. But once you come within the Earth's atmosphere and its seasonal influence, you cannot use sidereal in the Earth. You have to use sidereal for outside the Earth if you're dealing with constellations. If you're in, KRS is a straight goat too. If you're in the Earth, I used to watch KRS videos coming up just to see the planets and the signs meanings. Like he's one of the goats. And Claire Nocti, she could get it. If you're in, I don't mean that overly sexual, she could get it. She fine as fuck. If you're in the Earth, you have to use Western. It is what it is. And this is why people try to clock astrology, but they don't understand this. Okay. Very important. Some people will say sidereal is like your soul self, your higher self. Tropical is your ego. I kind of have different thoughts, but like it's really a mathematics thing. People who don't understand the math, like anyone who believes in sidereal, if you were to ask them the mathematical significance of the equator and the ecliptic, they don't know. So these people don't know the science. And that's why they say outlandish shit that it feels right to be. Astrology is not spirituality. Astrology is science. Say it with me. People keep treating astrology like it's spirituality. Astrology is not spirituality. Astrology is not spirituality. It is science. It is a science of the gods. It's a science. It's not a belief. You don't believe in astrology. You know it. Okay. Yeah, she's legit. I want to get a peace talk with her. It's just hard to get in contact with her. But if anyone can put in a good word and be like, hey, Carrie, I got you. I got you on an oracle card. Anyone who wants a romance oracle card, I'm going to do that. Any of you who want a Venus in Pisces live transit reading, $40 minimum, I got you on that too. Tick down below or the description box. Shout out to K-Funk Co. K-Funk's been sending me some amazing threads. So shout out to y'all. I love everything that y'all send me. I love wearing that all the time. So yeah, I wanted to make sure, okay, that we personally take into account the last 12 years because there's 2012 to 2022, and then there's 2023, 2024, and 2025. 2012 to 2022 was the loading screen of your dreams, the lore, the fantasy. If your life was an anime, this is the dreams that you're going to realize, oh, this wasn't just a dream. This was my imagination creating my reality. Okay, I love that. That's so true. So 2023 is the first breakthrough. Jupiter Aries. 2024, Jupiter Taurus. 2025, Jupiter Gemini. Okay, 2020, we had Cap, which correlates to Aries. 2021, we had Aqua, which correlates to 2024 Taurus. 2022, we had Pisces, which correlates to Gemini. That's the next 1, 2, 3. And it is a huge honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Shout out to Linus. Shout out to you, Linus. So this is going to be the first year the totality of your dreams begins to materialize. Then 2025 is when it's going to end. The beginning of this materialization starts with Jupiter and Aries. That's going to spill over and push forth the beginning of your dreams coming true. Then 2024, it's going to strengthen it, the value of it. And then 2025, Jupiter Gemini is going to change it. The new truth moving forward. Okay. No, seriously, no cocky shit. Talk your shit, King. It's very important to really just honor what it is you've built for yourself, because the thing with Pisces energy is it's literally personal to you. It's your dream. It's no one else's dream. And I have to note the prevalence of the empty social signs, This is social distancing energy. There's no Leo other than spicy ass Lilith. There's no Virgo. There's no Libra. There's no Scorpio. There's no Sag. So people will just be making up beliefs, and there's no grounds for analysis other than actual Virgos to call bullshit. So Virgos will be calling bullshit, but Saturn's going to be in Pisces, and it's going to be antagonizing Virgos. Okay. You get rid of Virgos, that's the people who call bullshit. Anyone will believe anything. So I told you, protect Leo at all costs. We got to protect the Virgos. We got to protect Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle, Joe Budden, Beyonce, Sneeko. I'm just going to add him in there. Any Virgo that's prominent, because you know what I'm saying? Like, they already kicked him out of social media, and I don't watch him. I don't watch his channel. I'm not a fan of him. But if they can do that to him, they doing that to you. That's why I bring him up. If Congress is watching him for just peddling ideas and influencing people, what are they going to do for you? What are they going to do to you? That's why when I point out these things, I'm not invested in these celebrities' lives. You have to know this. If they're going to do this to them, what are they going to do for you? So, with that being said, as delusional as people may feel you are, their inability to confront you with that in their face makes them delusional. This is where their actions don't match their words, and the cognitive dissonance produces a denial that has nothing to do with you. So if people want to project their denial on you, that's not your fault. That's nothing to do with you. You're going to have people call you delusional, but they won't be able to tell you in their face why they feel that way. It's a projection. This is where if there was Virgo energy, it's like, no, you're delusional because you said it was A and the facts say it's C. No, this is more an ideological, conceptual battle that as long as you maintain your frame and not cowardly fold, you have victory. You're entering this with victory. You just have to keep it. Don't give your power away. Okay. So the first part of this is everything leading up to the Neptune conjunction. We initially had Venus in Virgo 6 months ago or 5 months ago, square Mars retrograde. And now it's come all around the zodiac to square this time. This is important because the initial antagonization between the feminine and masculine was difficult in light of an understanding of details around the development of culture in 2022. And I love that, as I said that, you commented 222. And now that we're in Pisces, we're coming into the ultimate realization of why. Whereas Mars was retrograding, now they're both ready to go direct, and eventually Mars is going to catch up to Venus. So this square is going to make sure that in light of how you're thinking about moving forward, Venus reminds you, hey, your dreams are realer than ever now. So the way you're going to move forward when you think you want something versus when you realize you already have it changes everything. And that's the initial conflict of the square. The logic of Gemini is going to want something logical, but Venus is not going to care about the logic. She's going to see beyond the 3D and give you the ideal. You have to balance both. You have to kind of deal with both. And since Venus is in its exaltation, follow your heart here. Normally, I would never say that. Follow your heart here. Venus just entered Pisces. Here we go. The next part of this transit, which is easily going to be the best part, is the sextile to Uranus. The sextile to Uranus, while Mercury is on Pluto and the sun during that week conjunct Saturn, is going to be the materialization of these dreams. Remember, it's as simple as this. What are your dreams? Don't let your dreams just be dreams. Just do it. What have you been really dreaming? I'm not talking about 3D dreams. What is the big, major collective dream that you have been mulling over, that you've been longing for? Okay. By this period, it's breaking through considerably. You've seen elements come true of this from 2012 to 2022, but now the loading screen is complete. So now it's fully coming true. This is coming true in 3 stages. So let's say it was your dream to be a superstar musician. And from 2012 to 2022, you've been working on music, you've been working on music, you've been working on music, but it's almost as if like you can barely find support, or maybe you did, because everyone's different. Some people did get success, some people didn't get success, but you've been working on your music. And the reason why this is very, very important is you've been keeping the dream alive of where you want to take your career. Okay. 2023 is where you finally make your big break. You finally produce a song that not only goes viral, but is in line with your dreams. You've been working on this forever. Now there's traction. So the first part of 2023 is the initial breakthrough of yourself as a superstar musician. You put out the song that got you the attention. Cool. 2024 is where you strengthen this dream, the second stage of your dreams coming true. Now you put out an album and you're going on tour. Now you're strengthening what you burst through. Now you're strengthening it so it lasts, and you're building value, right? Then 2024, the third stage of completing this, you finish off the tour and you change the status to step into the next level of what you've manifested. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, 3, the spark, the sustenance, and then the results and change of that, where now you're someone who's done the successful tour, and now you're here to stay, and now it's time to move forward. The way you think about everything, and this is happening right now. Venus is in Pisces. So by the time Venus is out of Pisces, this is facilitating this right now. The first decan from now, and I'm going to give you the dates, the first decan from now into about February 5th is going to set things up. So this is the moon where it is now in Aries, coming into Cancer, preparing for the full moon. Okay. The sun is squaring Uranus. So from now until February 5th, this is literally experiencing everything come in. This is communicating with your soulmate, growing closer with your soulmate, seeing the money come in, starting to see the dream come true. That's going to lead to a climax at the 3rd and 5th. And so it's like the energy is coming through. You're starting to see synchronicities, like it's here, it's here. This is like your food 5 minutes away. And then coming into the 5th, this is where it's coming real. This is where, okay, now the order has arrived and you're taking in the food. Okay, I can't believe I used a food analogy, but I'm not too surprised. The reason why I have to use the 10th as reference, post full moon, coming into the harvest of this knowledge, is the Mercury conjunction to Pluto, guys. That is huge. The Mercury conjunction to Pluto, with Sun conjuncting over the next 6 days Saturn, and Venus getting ready to conjunct Neptune. This is crucial. And it's also going to be occurring during the second stage of the final boss battle. The first stage was Capricorn season with Hades. The second stage is now with Aquarius, with the Titan King, the Reaper, Saturn. And the third stage is going to be with Venus. Let's actually talk about Venus. Venus went over Hades. Venus went over Saturn. And now this is the very last one Venus has to go through that awakened the collective heart. All right. And then constricted it to a point in Aquarius and is now transcending it in Pisces. And so now that this is starting to, in the second decan, literally materialize, sextiling Uranus and Taurus. That sextile of Uranus and Taurus, while your brain functioning awakens with Mercury, with the moon in Libra, is literally the experience of taking supernatural God level power you awakened the month before and evolving it to the next level in a way that's more advanced, in a way that's more streamlined, and in a way that integrates the experience of you, like someone who got a brand new motorbike last month, but now since last month, you know how to drive the motorbike and you can do tricks now. You've customized the motorbike. Motorbike being an analogy to your superpowers. We here. The age we're entering into is an age of supernatural beings and gods. That's why there are evil forces who are working on behalf of shadow gods and entities and governments who want to change your DNA, keep you fat, unhealthy, kill you, lie to you, keep you inundated and entrapping your mind, entertainment, trapping your mind so that you do not align within. These are just distractions because the kingdom of heaven is within. The source of your abilities are within. And if I can get experts and scientists to gaslight you into believing that you're an idiot for believing in magic, you're an idiot for believing in psychic abilities. We have all this scholastic peer-reviewed research that lobbyists pay for us to influence what's put out there anyway, to back our research, even though it's inconclusive, to make you feel stupid that you even believe in yourself. Look, if you're going to give your power away and believe these experts, that's on you. These experts can't even tell you what their moon sign is. So what the fuck do they know? That's the power of deception. You have these people with this illusion of prestige and backed researched institutions that don't even know how to fucking cast a basic natal chart. If these institutions were shit, how come they're not teaching in their curriculum basic astrology? Wake up, guys. This whole shit is a sham. And you've always known this. And this is now the beginning of the end. Anyone that preaches anything to you as if you need anything outside of yourself is a fraud. If I'm going to tell you, okay, guys, this is Venus and Pisces, but in order to get the real secret, come pay this. So you don't need me to tell you about Venus and Pisces. You're here because you manifested me to do it. All that info is within you. You do not need anything outside of yourself. You do not need, listen, you do not need anything. Your brain is a miracle and your spirit is supernatural. And your soul is a form of immortality. Your body is the vehicle. You are magical enough to create the circumstances you need to align with what you got so that you could do this. You either get it or you don't. If you know you don't need anything outside of you, then a food shortage will not scare you because you can manifest the experiences you need. You don't even need food. You can manifest the bodily capability to not need food. If you need to fast to get there, cool, but you are awakening and blossoming superpowers. And so these people who say you need knowledge out, you don't need knowledge out of yourself. Everything that you could ever think to know exists within you. Science has proved this just with the nature of your DNA structure and the universe within you. The atoms that are within you, scientifically studied, have existed since the beginning of the Big Bang. So you have the knowledge inside, but they don't want to tell you the nature of your DNA, the data within you through your ancestry. These are not people who are meant to be teaching you. They're not really, they're a false Christ. They're false prophets. They're false authorities. People who say that they're Christ are people who say that they know the truth, but there's only one truth. That's Christ. Period. You got the seeds in you. And now what this Venus transit is doing is it's taking the rough nature of your dream and it's polishing it. It's like, no, we want it to look like this. How much more do you want to experience what you want? Okay. So yes, talk to your DNA. Tell it it's beautiful. Tell it it's amazing. Tell it. Remember, the only affirmation you need through this is I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Okay. So with that being said, once we step into the final decan, the conjunction with Neptune and Venus, I can't emphasize how important this is. Saturn's going to be on the sun. Neptune's going to be on Venus. This is going to be the beginning of that complete turning point where Virgo season saw the change of how people see you. Well, the completion of that is the end of Aquarius into Pisces season, where now it's solidified. And this is the major conjunction that we're going to have before Saturn goes into Pisces in April or March, and Pluto goes into Aquarius. So this is the final facet of the collective divine heart experience, which is kicking off the first of 3 more conjunctions. This is the final 3. 2020. This is the 2023 conjunction. Okay. Next year is going to be the 2024 conjunction. You see that Venus is going to literally be on Aquarius on Pluto, and then 2025 is going to be that final one, because by the time it comes back, it's going to be in Aries. And so the final 1, 2, 3 is, of course, with Jupiter and Aries, the push forward and spillover of you finally experiencing your dreams and what you do with it. And after Venus in Pisces is Venus in Aries of the Four of Wands celebration. So this is celebrating this new identity of heart. What I really want to illustrate with this conjunction is you want to be in a position during said conjunction to sow those seeds of belief. It doesn't matter how negative or depressed you are during this whole transit, but especially during February 17th, you must fully believe as if you are experiencing it here and now, because the proof of everything is not external. It's within. You must live here. You must stay here. It is so important. It's the inner world that defines what you project outwards. So if you feel it within, have integrity in that. Don't just believe it blindly. That's not responsible. Feel it. And as the creator, manifest it, not by hoping and wishing and waiting, actively creating it. And that's not by doing anything. That's by staying in that state, creating that force field and vortex. And as you move through experience, being that person and letting it happen. It took me my whole life to really accept that that's how it works, because of the way we're tricked into giving our power away. And you need to appreciate that resistance, because when you go against these people come against you trying to undermine, what you believe, and you're minding your own business. That lets you know who's an agent of the matrix. Listen, you mean that, like, it'd be different if you were in a platform or you were in a consensus and you were sharing your beliefs and people criticized your beliefs. That's normal. You're literally in a group where you're sharing beliefs. But you mean to tell me you're minding your business, living your own life, and people are coming to you to try and change your beliefs? That's an agent of the matrix. Are you wasting your time talking to agents of the matrix? Neo didn't do that. Neo said, boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. You better get to blasting. Your weapon is the sword of truth. Whether you slash that through your actions or you just say 2 words to a motherfucker, this is war. Spiritual war. And people can say that I be on the computer screen all day, but people didn't do their research on you. Ain't nothing to be a lot. Once again, I'll say this again, a lot of people don't know that before I was on the computer screen networking to all people around the world, I was on stage first. You can go ask in El Paso. There's video footage. I was an underground rapper before I ever did any kind of horoscopes on the internet. I was on stage performing to 3 people at a time, 2 people at a time, 20 people at a time, grinding, rapping over beats with no lyrics. I wasn't these people rapping over their songs. I was rapping over the acapella beat, having to memorize my lyrics, performing it with stage, have the breath control proper. Before that, I was on stage in school performing. I've been out about in public. I'm not these people who just spend time on the internet and that's all I be. I'm a hermit. So I'm going to stay to myself. And if I'm on the computer, I can. But some people think that that's all I do. They don't know before this, I was on stage. I could pick up a microphone right now and MC that bitch with no stage fright. And I can have the crowd popping in person, in real life. It's nothing. That's South Node Leo. So don't let people's beliefs about you from the outside looking in forget you from the fact that you were created perfect. And that's what you need to bring coming into this conjunction. Everything is leading in, coming into this conjunction that's going to define how you move forward as we conclude this cycle. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is always an honor to serve. I got the cash apps. Okay, I'm going to pull James, thank you so much for sending your chart. Okay. I totally got you. So, once again, I just broke down the math. Okay. And so now I want to actually get into the message. As you shine your light, you're dealing with insecure, damaged, and defeated people who look down on you because you challenged their inauthenticity, and now they've watched you rise. You were always at that level, but their perceived image of you, as the illusions are dropping, they're seeing you as what you always were. And the only reason that you're above them is because they in their ego lowered themselves, not because you think you're better than them, but because they want to hit you with fake shit. They know on your level. That's just how it is. That's just how it works. You've seen the graphs. So as you get hit with these negative projections, it literally makes you stronger and stronger the more you maintain your frame, because nothing real can be threatened. And what's real is you were made perfect. So when people call you names, when people try and undermine your intelligence, when people try and disrespect you, you know that's nothing to do with you. You're perfect. That's them projecting on you, because your perfection and that state of perfection triggers their insecurity, triggers the image that they have about you, and you're rising above that image, and it makes them insecure. Tell them to eat a dick. You don't have to deal with agents in the matrix. You could just get the blasting. You could just speak the word of truth and swing your sword, and that's it. That's it. So the whole notion of Venus and Pisces is charging the metaphysical nature of the belief in your own self and heart. So we're going to start this off by claiming what basically from now until mid-February is leading up to that Neptune conjunction, where you're building this vibe, you're building this vibe, you're building this vibe every day. And then coming into February 15th, 16th, 17th, you make that wish, that yearly wish we do every year with Venus and Neptune, and watch everything come true. The difference is, now that we're in 2023, once Venus comes into Aries, boom, it's instantly manifesting. Okay. Yes, this will be on the replay. The water sign transit report is exclusive to the members, but the transit talk will be available for replay. You know, I got you. Okay. So with that being said, and this is very crucial, because you're going to see a lot of sad tears. Like, people are going to desperately be trying to use the words that may have triggered you before, and it's just not working. It's not triggering you. They don't know what to do because they're weak ass bitches. And there's nothing that they're doing that's working on you, because you're not a weak bitch. And for you, this might be easy to see, but it's gonna really be damaging for their psyche. You have to understand, these people hold themselves, and it's not really these people. Those people are just puppets. But like, you're dealing with people who are straight narcissists. Like, they really feel like they're the greatest, coolest things on earth. And if you ask them why, it's just because they came into a bit of money. That's more than most people. It's not even based on anything real. Motherfuckers are really delusional. Motherfuckers are really delusional, but they put on this front like they know so much, and you're cracking through the illusion. That's going to be the first part of this transit, the effects of your own authenticity and integrity, because you have to understand the whole notion of Venus coming over Saturn is important. Wait, what? The whole notion of Venus coming over Saturn was an integrity check and test to prepare you for Pisces. Anything out of integrity had to be dealt with before it goes into Pisces, so you don't manifest any negative intentions. They don't want to see you in person, so don't even entertain all that internet shit. But for many of you, it's psychic attack shit too. Now, here's the psychological attack. Listen, and comment a fire sign emoji if you notice this. Your soul is being worked on at different angles. It's like a subliminal message. So it's almost like at a subtle level, it's like a group of people that are like, you're a loser, you're a loser, you're fake. It's like imposter syndrome. This is where some of you can get schizophrenic, and you can start to project what you're hearing with your 3D reality. That becomes an auditory and visual hallucination, versus taking back the power and knowing that everything you're hearing is a reflection of your subconscious shadow, which the shadow is an antenna to other people's frequencies. So it's not external, it's internal, it's subconscious. So this is a desperate attempt to wear at your psychology. But the reason why you're not getting triggered is you're perfect. How do you heal your subconscious shadow? Affirm, I'm perfect. I was created perfect. I'm perfect. I was created perfect. And respond in that state. And what's going to happen? The parts of your shadow that don't believe it are going to come up. Heal it with love. Address it and heal it. You heal it by accepting it, by not trying to change it, by not trying to criticize it. That is what was distorted with your dealings with others. You're repairing it. But all you have to do this entire Venus transit is just remember, oh, wait, I'm perfect. So when you're doing business deals, when you're dealing with money, when you're dealing with love, approach every situation like this relationship is perfect. I'm perfect. If you are dealing with negative facets of people you're dealing with, rewrite the story and only see what you want to see, or will see it conform. And if it's not what you want, then basically change it with who or whatever you want. You're the creator of your movie. So if there's an actor in your play that's not doing their part, replace them with another actor or actress. You can do that. You're the director, you're the writer, and the producer. So that's why everything that happens in your reality is your responsibility. Okay. So what's very important is after your heart makes this awakening and transcendence, Mercury is now going to come into Aquarius and Pisces, and it's going to give you a physical brain processing understanding of everything your heart has awakened. And this is where you'll start to come into more intellectual understanding. She's gonna be super badass. This is super badass. Okay. So this is all about Pisces is all about the vibe. Aqua is the frequency. Pisces is all about the vibe. And this is where you want to be fish-tarded, because this is where, for those of you, the way not to do this transit is to decide now, because now Venus is in Pisces. So you want to decide now, this is what I believe. Venus of I believe. Okay, it's literally 0 degrees right now. So Venus of I believe wants you to know what it is that you believe that you deserve. I want you to imagine right now, I want you to spend this entire transit from now until like February 19th in your own anime world. Right now, you're in the anime world. You're in this fantasy creation that's overlapped with your 5D, and you are living the life of your dreams. You're in the ideal relationship. You're making the ideal amount of finances. What does that look like right now? Congratulations. This imaginary space is going to be Pisces building this. And all you have to do is just imagine. And the framework that you want to move in with is I'm fucking perfect. In fact, have an attitude with that shit. Now let's go a little bit more into the math. This is what? Second house from Aquarius. So the whole notion of this Pisces transit is manifesting Transcendence Neptune of the exalted heart, Venus in Pisces. So because of the Aqua Sun, you are going to be manifesting the divine metaphysical experience of these dreams coming true. So powerful. And on top of that, as you build this vibe, okay, the nature of this travel to Neptune is going to test with Saturn behind you how much you give in to external factors or focus on internal factors. You have weak bitches who they're just manipulative. So like if you give so much of your power to them and they look at you in a certain way, these people feel like they're more powerful than they are. So it's like, if I look at you like you're weird, then you're going to feel insecure and you're going to change up how you act. There's a lot of insecure people who do this because they don't have any real power. So they have to try and do that, but you don't give a fuck what they think. So they're going to look weird at you and they're going to be like, what's wrong with your face? You got wrinkles on your face. What's wrong with your face? Why do you look like that? Am I too weird for you? Like you're clapping back without even having to clap back. This is unraveling the psychology and psychological nature of the deception that has been in front of your eyes. Seriously, the fuck is a look gonna do? So listen, you don't want people to get a rise out of you, but you still want to maintain your independence and integrity. So basically, relative to you carrying forth this vibe and this manifesting, okay, the way not to do this, you focusing on the dream is an actual energy. You're building mental energy towards building this imagination. Neptune is the imagination station that brought you deeper down this rabbit hole. Okay. So, why am I so perfect? Beautiful question. Why are we so perfect? Why is everything we do flawless? Really just stay there. Spend the whole time imagining being like, wow, this is so perfect. I'm so perfect. I'm perfect. And it doesn't matter if you believe it. It doesn't matter if you believe it, by the way. As long as your subconscious your subconscious is just seeing he keeps on thinking he's perfect. He keeps on thinking like someone who's perfect. That's it. This is very important because certain people say you have to have a high vibration in order to manifest. That's bullshit. You don't have to have a high vibration. You have to be in the mental state. When your subconscious sees your conscious mind being like, wow, he really truly thinks he's in a perfect state, the subconscious is going to be like, okay, I'm fucking perfect. I'm perfectly imperfect. I'm imperfectly perfect. And that's what's going to raise your high frequency. You have to persist. You have to pray without ceasing. So when you do that, you're riding the bicycle. Now this is how not to do this. When you say, why am I so perfect? Why am I so perfect? Why is everything working perfect? Why am I with the love of my life? And then you try and talk to a crush and that crush blocks you or ghosts you. Don't start being like, oh man, no one likes me. Like that's contradictory. Just be like, okay, that person's clearly not ready for me. I'm so perfect. Let's just keep it's not even let's just keep going. And that's why it'll feel delusional because anything that feels delusional isn't delusional. You're giving too much of your power away to what you see. But what you see isn't real. What's inside you is true. That's what's real. It took me my whole life to understand this. And now that I get this, I'm on a path of vengeance because they really trying to finesse us for real. The kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay, why do things just always work out for me? It's reprogramming the subconscious. Trust me. And this is going to create a ripple effect because people only treat you the way you treat yourself and how you talk to yourself. Neville Goddard mastered this expression of wisdom. Okay, so Pisces facilitates this daydreaming from now until the 17th. And then when Mercury goes into Pisces, you can do that again too. But at a heart level, you want to just be in your heart and just let your inner child imagine. And you're going to see the magic come through. If the magic doesn't come through for you, it's because you're thinking about it or you're analyzing too much or you're trying to look at the reality. The magic will open for you if you're in your world through your heart. Then you'll start to see the synchronicities. And this is the metaphysical dynamics unfolding. But because there's no Virgo, Sag, or Gemini, or there's Mars and Gemini, your thoughts will be aligned, but you can't look for 3D external advice. So you're not going to see movement, but you're still going to see evidence. You're going to see evidence in a way through personal synchronicities that make sense to you, but don't necessarily, okay, give in to looking at the 3D. That's not where your evidence is. The evidence is within. You have to feel that state so that even when you see that evidence in the 3D, you don't stop just because you've seen it. You still maintain the state. Okay. So with that being said, how you want to do this is to just keep riding the bike. And don't worry about seeing things in the 3D. You're maintaining that state. The less attachment to the outcome, the faster it happens. If you Neptune surrender to your higher self that, you know what, I trust fully that the dream you gave me. So basically, Venus is in Pisces right now. Your higher self is giving you a dream. Okay. Your higher self is giving you a dream. if you surrender to the 3D and everyone telling you that dream can't happen and you surrender to that, you will see by the end of this transit more evidence than ever step through. What Venus and Pisces is going to do is it's going to change your heart's beliefs towards what about this dream is possible. And then when it goes into Aries, you've now adjusted to the right direction that's authentic. You're going to move in that direction and create the dream. Except it's going to go over Jupiter and going to break through and expand considerably, and it's going to be fucking amazing. So that's basically it. You're going to carry this vibe, and then coming into the 17th and the 18th, when it's on Neptune, you're going to release it and you're going to make that wish and you're going to surrender it. You're going to be like, I've been building this dream. I surrender and sacrifice this dream energy to you. That's it. So now let's actually talk about the meat and bones of the transits. Now that Venus is in Pisces, is your license to claim everything you want. What are your dreams? Right now, feel them as if they're yours. You don't need all this external 3D evidence for it to be yours. Circumstances do not matter. And this transit is going to prove it. So if you care about circumstances that you're looking at from the outside looking in that you don't have all the full info on, you're going to miss out on this transit. Versus if you're fish-tarded, which you're not, then this is going to be it for you. Yes. A belief is right as balance is expanding into being. Just being it is magic. Now we are self-being, self-knowing, all-knowing. Now we are of everything. Listen, just being it is magic. Be, then do, then have. That's Pisces. Be, then do. That's Aries. Then have. That's Taurus. Repeat, rinse. Okay. And that's why Pisces is really the ghost first sign. Aries is the first sign. But in order for you to identify as who you are, you have to believe that. So Pisces is really the ghost first sign. You be, then you do as that state, and you have. So that's really the cheat code. Who do you believe yourself to be? Aquarius season is activating the knowledge of that before it goes into Pisces and you be it. Okay. Right now we're having the knowledge before we be this. All right. So what's very important is, okay, you perfectly want to approach everything that you've learned through the synchronicities regarding romance and your relationships and also career. Romance and relationships are like career because they are sharing of value. And for those of you who, shout out to those of you who know who you are, what's very, very important is the nature of value that you now exhibit with the knowledge that you were created perfect hits different. Now you've awakened spiritual gifts at the next level that confirm this and put you in a position to fully experience and enjoy this as well. Okay. So really just keep that in mind, because moving forward, a whole lot of how this spills over is getting ready to show you amidst your subconscious for 10 years how powerfully you've evolved while you were still facing doubt in yourself. You were still leveling up because you're that amazing. Okay. So with that being said, as you tap into this abundance of yourself, it's going to cast a negative frequency in retaliation against you. And you're more so than ever going to feel the victory of the value of who you are. As this spills into a proliferation of also making a whole lot of money through this too, this is getting ready to fill you in with more confidence than ever. The major notion of how this Pisces season is going to express itself, okay? Not every Pisces season, and see, not every Venus in Pisces is during Pisces or Aquarius season. So with that being said, with that being said, the way you address past this and come into the nature of this is going to be a manifestation. You're going to be seeing the actualization of many of these themes coming to life in front of your face, because due to the Aquarius aspect, you're actively manifesting this sense of abundance. So what I have to say is, everything that you are imagining and you want to dream bigger is going to rapidly, with fine acceleration, come into place. And you don't want to be knocked off guard by feeling like there's a certain way that you have to do this. Okay. You want to just stay true to the fact that you were born perfect. And now this, and once you just affirm and focus that, everything is just going to unfold for you, and you're going to feel the magic of manifestation, the Pisces magic of Taurus manifestation. If you just ask yourself these questions, now I'm going to set you on this mission. Are you ready? Let's do this ritual. Then I'm going to pull the romance oracle cards, and then I'm going to do the live readings. Okay. For those of you who want an oracle card, please put that. You can also do 40 for 3, 30 for 2. For those of you who want a chart reading, email me your chart or just send me your sun, moon, or rising. Okay. Listen, claim it. Why are you going down as one of the best songwriters in history? Why do you write such good songs? Really believe what it is you're saying, and you will see the reality respond. You will also see challenges to test you, to test whether the external environment knocks you off the bike or whether you just keep writing like, that's cute. Anyway, why am I so perfect? I'm not perfect. You're adorable. Anyway, why am I so perfect? Why does this work? Trust me, the dark forces are going to hate you for it, but you're going to win so much because of it. Beautiful. So right now, I want you to close your eyes, or you can keep your eyes open. I want you to see in your mind's eye, what is your dream? What does it look like? What does it feel like in every area of your life? What's your love life look like? What's your financial life look like? You're looking at your higher self. The dream realm and this idealization of yourself is actually your vision of your higher self that you align more with. This is where you come from. It's actually working in reverse. Okay. If you want to be a master manifester, decide you're a master manifester. You are deciding Capricorn what you know, Aquarius, and now you just have to believe it. If you decide Capricorn that you know yourself, Aquarius, to be an amazing athlete, now you must believe it. Now that you believe you're an amazing athlete, you're going to be inspired to train in your own way. You're going to be inspired to do what happens. You're not going to have to know what to do. Inspiration will come to you. Okay. So this is the time you want to daydream. We don't have any energy in Virgo, so just spend time in your imagination until the 17th, release that, and then get ready to move forward and act on it. Okay. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. And listen, there's no right or wrong way to do this. You can't go too far with this. So go as far as you can. As Venus goes higher degrees, you're going to take it farther and farther and farther. And the best way is to just be fish tarded. Like this is basically it. Okay. So I want to be clear here. What you're doing, you're not just imagining and doing nothing. That's not what you're doing. You're not just imagining and waiting for things to happen. You're in this state, and that state is attracting it towards you. But you're not focusing on the 3D. You're fully surrendered. So this dream that you're seeing is the dream that came from your higher self. Your mission, if you choose to accept, okay, your mission, if you choose to accept, is to carry forth this dream and every day water it like it's a plant and just feed it your attention. The more creative you are with it, if you want to take this dream and make songs and music and sing that song every day, or you want to create a choir, you want to make food that puts the intention of this dream in your food, and then you're eating that food, the possibilities are endless. The more you put in, the universe is going to be like, okay, let's match them. Let's go. Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to build on this dream, okay, and put yourself in a position to believe in it fully as if it's here. And then at the end of the transit, by the 17th to 19th, fully release that. So from now until the 17th, the vision and dream you're seeing, surrender to your higher self and believe in nothing else but that. You must now believe that nothing else but this dream that will edit itself and continue is what it is what you are experiencing. Is not what will come true, it's what it is. Venus is in Pisces right now. And so now when you know that God loves you and you get everything that you want, you're going to go into Venus and Pisces like, yeah, I'm perfect. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Oh, I like him or her. That's about to be my best friend real quick. They don't even know me. That's about to be my best friend. Now I'm imagining all the stuff I'm going to do. I'm feeling it like it's real. Okay. Oh, this song is going to do so well. I don't care that it's only got 300 views in like 3 months. This song's going to do so well. That's the vision I have for this song. You know it's real. Why do I feel so good? Listen, that's work. You're not just daydreaming. That's a job. That's time, effort, and consistency. Whereas you were thinking other stuff that betrayed this, you're reprogramming your mind. After you do this for Venus Pisces, you won't have to think about it anymore. It's after 21 days, it's subconscious now. And the more you impress your subconscious, the more you're going to see synchronicities. The synchronicities say you're headed in the right direction. You're headed in the right direction. Okay. So with that being said, all right, once you release this, the next part of the release at the 17th to 19th of February is, okay, God, I've built this dream. I let it go. And I don't let it go as in I'm waiting for it to come to me. I'm letting it go because I know I have it. I don't have to doubt it. I'm not waiting for it. I know it's real. And that's it. Okay. So y'all, this is such an amazing peace talk. Why? Virgo answers how, Gemini answers what, Sagittarius answers what it means, and Pisces answers why. So the only thing better than affirmations are ask-formations. If you ask why, Pisces will answer that. Why is she so obsessed with me? Why am I so rich? Why am I so perfect? And really believe it. Really believe it. Really believe it. Quantum mechanics has proven that there's every single multidimensional possibility. So what you desire is already done. That's why you desire it. You wouldn't desire it if it wasn't done already. So it's just the pinpoint intent for what you need to align for. And so just align to it. Once you align to it, in the ethers, your desire is finding you. There's the time lag. But if you stop believing, it's like an Uber Eats driver that's like, where do I deliver this food? So you have to stay in alignment. Beautiful. Whew. This is so awesome. Okay. And when you know you've impressed it, the subconscious is where you're not looking. So I'm not looking for 3D evidence. When I say, damn, why is our relationship so amazing? And then my boo and I have an amazing weekend. I'm not going to be like, see, we had an amazing weekend. That means we're amazing. That's not proof. I'm the proof. When I have that amazing weekend with my bae, it's not because I did the affirmations. It's because I said the affirmation because it's true. So the 3D indicator is not the proof. It's the evidence of the proof that is us. So when you say, oh, why is my soulmate so in love with me? And then in that weekend, you have a love with your soulmate. That weekend isn't the proof. You are the proof. Oh, I already know. So that way, if it happens or not, it's not dependent on the 3D. That way, if things go the way I think they should or not, it doesn't sway how I feel inside. Do you feel that power? Do you feel that power? That's power. And when you have power like that, no one can take that from you. And that's why Matthew says, despite all of this deception, despite all of the people who rep the truth who are going to be attacked, those of you who remain faithful and true until the end will make it to Saturn Aries, will make it to the new world order. And I'm not talking about blind faith. I'm talking about the evidence of things unseen. Knowledge comes before faith. Before you believe in Pisces, you know. Aquarius is outside. You don't see knowledge. There's things you know are immaterial. They're concepts. So you must believe in what you know before you see evidence of it. That's it. And if you can do that, congratulations. You're literally about to get everything you want that you've been building over the past 10 years. Woo! That was beautiful. I feel that. That was beautiful. Okay. So, let's get it. Tiara, thank you for your chart. I totally got that. Jorenda, thank you so much for your chart. Once again, I'm going to be doing the live readings. If you want to know what Venus will be for you in your natal chart, just email me your chart or your sun, moon, and rising. And yeah, we're going to do this. So I'm going to draw down for the zodiac signs, the romance oracle card message. Because Venus is exalted in Pisces with Neptune, this is going to take fantasy elements of your romantic connections with people and converge them. So your subconscious has projected on certain men and women who resonate with the archetype of your soulmate counterpart, your essence. Some of you projected on them like they're your soulmate, but your soulmate is yours. Your soulmate will recognize you. So if they're not responding, that's because they are holding space for your soulmate. I also have Cashapp and Venmo. And I believe that is in the description box below as well. But other than that, you have people who are holding space for the archetype of your soulmate so that you can engage with them and align more. That was 2012 to 2022. That's why so many of you were frustrated. Yes, you can send please email me the birth details, but instead of sending the birth details, please just send me the chart or the sun, moon, rising, because it'll take a time to kind of pull up the birthday for each chart. So you'll save all of us time if you're able to do this. Okay. Thank you, Raja. So with that being said, thank you. So with that being said, there we go. I'm loving those affirmations. With that being said, now that Jupiter is in Aries and Saturn is going into Pisces, the convergence is now taking all of those counterparts that reflected that, and it's now converging into your actual counterpart. For some of you, that's a new person. Thank you, Vala. If you want a 50% off discount code, email me and I'll give you the Infinity Club discount code that Infinity Club members have. Okay. And that code is going to be posted for you guys soon. All right. So for some of you, that's going to be someone new who actually has all the qualities of who you that's why 2012 to 2022, you're like, I thought that was my soulmate. I thought that was my soulmate. And they had to project that towards you. They had to reflect that because they had the qualities. For some of them, some of those people didn't work out because it was the wrong timing. Now they'll come forward and recognize you. For others of you, it's going to be someone completely new. That's why you just have to focus on the dream within you. That's what's going to attract the situation. And because that person's also manifesting you, it's going to attract you to them. You don't make the first move. They don't make the first move. You both make the move. It's an illusion, whoever makes the first move or not. No one ever makes the first move because the soul is a dance between two beings. It just looks like one person moves first, but someone was inspired to make that move. If you were to look at the interconnection of soul vibrations, you would see it's not just one person. So don't worry about who makes the first move. If you're inspired to, cool. If not, you might push it away by doing that. Just focus on what you're creating, on what you know to be true, and don't accept anything else because you were born perfect. You were made perfect. You are perfect. Thank you. Perfect. Even if that's imperfectly perfect. All right, so the first message we have running down the Zodiac with Aries. The first message from Aries to you. Well, see, that's the thing. So, like, men can make the first move, but in some cases, it really just pushes it away. Like, traditionally, men are usually going to make the first move. But if a woman feels inspired to make a move towards a dude and she's waiting for that dude to move first, she's going to miss out. You know what I'm saying? So don't let gender roles start. Like, for most of you, you don't have to make a move. Like, you just have to stay in. That none of this requires action. It's the experience is going to happen. But regardless of if you're a man or I have Mars and Aries, so I always make the move. But like, if you're inspired to, like, I know a Venus and Aries Pisces woman who the relationships she had, she made the first move. And she was talking about how, you know, she was taught men are supposed to make the first move, but she felt good as a woman because she got what she wanted. So everyone's different. You know what I'm saying? This is also cancerizing too. It sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's really more so what you're inspired to do. That's what I'm saying. A lot of men be clueless, so good luck waiting around. But this is the thing. If in your manifestation you're like, he's calling me right now. He's calling me right now. He's gonna approach me. You can do that. Some of you would rather make the first move and be like, oh, he loves the way I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, he or she, you know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily want to focus on the how. You just want to focus on the what. The what will unfold, and that will organically, naturally make the moves between both people, pretty much. But other than that, okay. See, yeah, women with like Mars and fire signs, or men and women with like fire, air, it's really the energy other than the gender. That's what's really going to, proclivate your whether you can use that. It's really more people with Mars and like earth and air and water. They're probably going to want to just chill. Other than that, though, the message we have from Aries to you. We do have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And then we do have this with codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. And these don't have to be like drug addictions. This could be like behavioral addictions. Okay. So next with Taurus. I got Venus and Taurus and Mars and Aries. So it's both. I'll make the first move, but people be approaching me too. So I kind of get the best of both worlds. We do have with Taurus, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So where do you have Taurus in your chart? This is where they're going to come through. We do have soulmate. Wow. Yes, this is your soulmate. So where is Taurus in your chart? Because let's get it. Let's get it. That's wild. And relative to the water tribe thing we did, for those of you who want clarity for who that soulmate is, just set the intention, reveal who that is. But yeah, it's your soulmate. So Gemini is saying getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And the card is chemistry. As you get to know each other, you're going to realize there's a strong magnetic attraction here. By the way, all the cards are for you to claim. This isn't for the zodiac signs. It's going to be direct for your sign, but all of the messages are for you. So you can like synthesize all of them, even if some kind of contradict the other, which is natural in the nature of the zodiac. Okay. So for Cancer, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And the card we have from Cancer is passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay. Be passionate about what you're imagining. It's all about the way you talk to yourself. Instead of being like, oh, they'll never like you, be like, oh my gosh, they think I'm so sexy. They think I'm the coolest, right? You're creating that and they will align with that frequency. That's just the law. That's just the law. Seriously, I didn't believe this shit. It works, B. This is the truth. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And we have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon, which this could also be talking about the end of a separation period. But if you have a short time apart because you have to, work through these religious beliefs, this will kind of help you understand more what's needed to be worked through. So next we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And we have this with children. Your love life is being affected by children. Next, we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And we have this with soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So both Libra and Taurus so far are establishing, yes, this is your soulmate. Libra and Taurus are ruled by what? Venus. So at a valuable sense and a social sense, you're retreating with someone who you probably already met and know is your soulmate. That's amazing. Scorpio. We do have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And we have this with new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So that's already kind of contradictory, where Taurus got soulmate and Scorpio got new love. So this could be a new version of who you already know, or it could just be a new person. Everything's possible. Sagittarius. Okay. Don't always be like that, Sagittarius. You're not going to have to look for who this soulmate is. You'll know. You'll see it, and there'll be a synchronicity attached to, and your heart will be like, that's the one. We do have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you in together. So Scorpio and Sag are big on this imagination, manifestation work. Visualize it, call it in, be like it's here. Literally do stuff as if they're here with you. And we do have flirt. This is so Sagittarius. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Like, how would you feel if you were with the love of your life? Be that person now. Even if you wouldn't be any much more excited, you might not change the way you feel, but you move knowing you already have it. That's what brings them in. Okay, so we do have love yourself first. Cancer got this. Okay, your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And we have this with keep an open mind. This is what Aries got. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Aquarius, we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So don't feel like they're in your head. Really play with them. And we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Don't be afraid of getting fish-tarded. I skipped Virgo. Oh shit. My bad. I'm out here skipping Virgo. Oh wow, I'm going straight from Leo to Libra. Damn. My bad, Virgs. Oops. Look at me out here skipping Virgo. No, I guess I didn't. Wait, I didn't skip Virgo? I did Virgo? Oh shit. Oh, I did do Virgo. I'm tripping. I was gonna say. Okay. I guess it was just really fast. I just did it quickly. That's why. Okay. So next we have Pisces. Yeah, Virgo got honeymoon and children. So Virgo's was children, but the underlying theme was honeymoon. It was so quick. That's why. It was so quick. So for Pisces, we have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And separation. So both Leo and Pisces got separation. I feel like, okay, did you know what that is? Ooh, okay, that's interesting. I wonder what that means. Time and partner. That's very interesting, huh? Both Leo and Pisces got separation. Never mind. Anyway, I hope some of y'all catch that. No. That's not what that means. That's not what that means. Boy, if that shit is what I think it is, you heard it here first, B. Nah, fuck that. If anything, it's just. See, I want to sugarcoat this and be like the end of separation, but we have new love for Pisces. So that's interesting. The underlying theme for Leo was religious factors, and for Pisces was new love, and they both got separation. So that's interesting. But yeah. So I'm gonna do one more. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And we have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right, y'all. I'm not gonna speak it into existence because I'm a fan of that couple, or that combination. So I'm not with the shit talk about it. So I'm not even gonna speak that. All right, so beautiful. I'm gonna do the live readings now. Passion was the aqua card too. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nice. All right, y'all. I'm going to do the live readings now. You're welcome to stay tuned. Some of the oracle cards may be strays for you and be accurate, but if not, thank you for tuning in. We every time you get knocked off balance, get back into your imagination. When we're in the Virgo period, that's where you can integrate that in your reality socially, but just stay building the dream and let this guide you, okay? So, with that being said, first, we got James Garabaki. Okay. No way. So, oh, there we go. There we go. So we know that you're Pisces sun, Leo moon, Cap rising, gangster. Okay. As a Cap rising, this is cool because Venus is passing you the torch. So what's really awesome is when Venus is in your sign, you actually become more beautiful. It's like each sign that has, like, Venus has left Aquarius, so now Aquarius is passing the torch, and it literally beautifies you. Whoever has Mars, they have more sex. Gemini looks more sexy or hot, but like with this Venusian transit, this is going to beautify and polish the nature of your divine skills and abilities. 2022, Jupiter took, like, let's say you read tarot, and you learned tarot 2022, and this expanded your skill set. Venus is coming through to polish how skilled you read tarot before Mercury polishes this. Thank you so much. I'm very, very, very grateful to serve. This is awesome. So Venus is going to really just like beautify. It's like you've learned how to read tarot. Now Venus is coming through, and the way you read it is beautiful. It's like you've mastered it to a degree where it's bigger, but now you've polished the performance of it. And it's going to beautify how much more you believe in the nature of your attitude. It's going to really set a new way to really think and believe with your thoughts. So this is a really good third house transit for you. But what is also occurring is all this Aquarius energy with Saturn and Mercury that's going to be in your second, manifesting the knowledge of your worth and who you know yourself to be, that will lend towards how you kind of define this approach towards your attitude. Jupiter in your fourth might be having you move during this period too. And it doesn't hurt that you have your moon in Leo. You got Saturn exalted near your MC in Libra, so you're a social leader. And this is where, you know, with the moon in Leo, you're going to be feeling the detachment to know what your value is and how much more to perform and express that. But this Pisces transit is the belief in how you express the knowledge of your value. Now that you know you're that valuable, how do you tell that to people? What do you believe about that? And Venus is going to really do well to give you the experience of what kind of money you make with this attitude. All right, which is very, very, very powerful and super important personally. Okay. So next we have Tiara Stefan. Okay. Tiara, we know that you have the Scorpio rising, pure queen. What? 29 degree Pluto Scorpio on 26 degrees Pluto Scorpio on your right. You're a cold motherfucker. Damn. Oh my God. And you're a legendary Libra too. You're the holy artist. You're the legendary holy artist as a pure queen. Listen, you better let these bitches know ain't nobody touching you. That's 29 degrees Pluto on the rising is the death stare of a lifetime. But it's cool because you got the Libra energy. So like you act wow, so you chill, but you got the feel. That's wild. So the reason why it's super wild is first of all, this is preparing for your Saturn return coming into the fifth house. You having Saturn in Pisces means that you are seriously fucking talented as a holy artist. And there's a lot that since you were born is coming back around to prepare for this full-on breakthrough of how you creatively express your inner child. Especially with Saturn the fifth, it could have delayed romance because you're very serious about how and what you love. So this Venus transit is going to transcend your talents, and it's going to give you a much more authentic look at how you approach everything you're good at doing relative to an artist who changes the drawing board on the type of music they make because they came into more inspiration and now they can fill it in more. This is going to be really heartwarming for you because Venus is going to clear the way and clean the room of your fifth house before Saturn begins its 2-year transit, through which Venus will come back around and conjunct it in Pisces. So because you're a Libra sun, Jupiter opposite your sun is evolving your awareness of relationships with people relative to how the people who you're in relationships with bring more expansion to your lifestyle. So as a Scorpio rising, how much more with other people can you do as a part of your routine? And this is where, based on what you believe you can create with your inner child, this will kind of influence the direction you take towards the integration of these lifestyle mechanics. My friend, your chart is legit. Y'all born 95 are ridiculous. And you're part of the Jupiter in the second house club of Jupiter and Sag, so you get money. Boom. Shout out to that. I love that. Okay. So next we have Heaven Good. There we go. Tatiana, thank you very much. We know that your sun is in Gemini and your moon and rising is in Capricorn. So you are Archangel. This is very key, okay? Because having the rising in Capricorn, right? Thank you, Cypress. Having the rising in Capricorn, similar to the Pisces sun who I read, is also around you coming into a greater mature attitude about how to think about your dreams. What I really find fascinating about the Capricorn risings is that they're so low-key psychic. Capricorn risings are so fucking psychic, and you actually have the moon in Cap, so you're the high priestess archetype, but at the goat goddess level. So you're psychic as fuck. And this puts your sun in the sixth, which has you really align with your spirit, with how you live the angelic lifestyle. So why this is really important is Capricorn risings are so fucking powerful. Your imagination about your reality warps it real time because of the power and force and maturity and integrity you carry your seriousness of personality with, which is a force unto itself. And so you manifest knowledge. Aquarius second house is the strongest second house you can have. So the strongest potential for value. You literally manifest this collective knowledge through what you write. So the reason why it's important, unlike the Pisces sun with the Cap rising, you have the Gemini sun with the Cap rising. So this Piscean third house transit that's going to develop and polish your attitude and approach towards reality through the beliefs and the affirmations that you ask yourself, okay, is going to be the awareness of your career. So you're going to start to change your attitude around the real-time career success you're going to be experiencing. And as you see it, it's going to change how you believe in what you can do. Oh yeah, you're very powerful. You're super fucking powerful. And it's cool that you're an angel with the two, because you know, with the Cap Moon Gemini, they can't really read us. Like we show the Gemini, but they surprise with the Cap. But it's yeah, I don't run into a lot of Cap risings either. I don't. It's very rare, but it's super powerful. The Pisces North Node will play out natally relative to Venus tapping into challenging you to step into your destiny. It's just going to give you opportunities through the events that occur. But, you know, having your moon and rising in Cap is going to also manifest Pluto's awakening and Mercury and Saturn manifesting the value. It's going to strengthen what you know you're worth, which will now augment more how you apply those beliefs to your career into this attitude, okay? Because this is also going to take newly developed skills you evolved since last year, and it's going to polish it. It's going to beautify them. So beautiful. Okay. So voila. Vala Jamba, I got your chart. I just didn't get your PayPal or Cash App. So we do now also have Jarenda. Oh, I got it. No, wait. Who? Oh, nice. Did I just get an order? Nice. Stephanie, I got your order. Thank you very much. Ooh. All right. Yeah, Vala, I never received a Cash App from you, so I'm not. My Cash App is at the Peace Dealer, so if you send the minimum 40, I got you. So Jarenda, we know that you a Virgo. Oh, see, you know what like all y'all with the moon rising, y'all some cold motherfuckers. If you ever see someone with the moon in the same sign as their rising, especially close to the AC, do not fuck with those people. That is a cold mother. That is an intuitive motherfucker. So Tatiana has the moon rising in Capricorn, and Jarenda has the moon rising in Virgo. Moon rising in Virgo is deceptively psychic. Like y'all are so subtly analytical. It's not even a game. It's not even a game. Like, don't play with people like that because they will just gain into like they're the high priestess archetype. Ruby got this. Jessica got this. These people are the high priestess in real life. Like they don't have to look for synchronicities. Information just comes to them. Like this is real deal psychic ability. Okay, so I really do appreciate that extent of this Venus return happening for you as an Aqua Sun. Damn, you got Juno and Eros on your sun. I see you, Queen. So being the master queen, being the perfect celestial, okay, this Pisces transit is your 7th house, but it's 2nd house to your Aquarius sun. So what this is doing is it's manifesting the awareness of what you are divinely worth through your partnerships. So this is polishing the nature of relationships you have and how those relationships as an Aquarius sun add to your value. You manifest divine partnerships. The Aqua Sun Virgo rising manifests divine partnerships. They 2nd house Pisces, the 7th house of the Pisces. That's just math and science. So with that being said, Venus is returning. Jupiter has already evolved 2022 and expanded the nature of how you step into relationships, because when Saturn goes over the next 2 years, it's preparing you for marriage, divorce, or business partnerships. It's raising the standards of your partnerships. So Venus is returning, reestablishing what it is you want in relationships now that it's evolved and you can do a lot more. And it's cleaning the room before Saturn goes through and constructs this and adds more value based on the higher quality of partnerships you have. This is such a fucking powerful transit because you also have Jupiter and Uranus in Sag being born in 83. And so the square to that Pisces transit is going to challenge you very greatly to make sure that you maintain truth of this vision, because you're not normal. I mean, you're the high priestess, you're a whole celestial goddess. So there's a very innovative, advanced, ascended nature of your own inner space that can clash with how people are comfortable with it or not. And you just have to make sure you don't compromise that inner vision, and make sure you can balance the inner vision with what other people inspire you to believe is possible. Okay, Karen, thank you very much. I totally got you on the Oracle card. Okay. So, ooh, this is awesome. Keep this coming. Bethany, thank you. You emailed a screenshot of the chart. I got you. All right, Bethany. We know, ooh, 93. Ooh. Bethany got the Sun, Neptune, Uranus cap. So I gotta I have to reach out to y'all Capricorn women and men, but especially the women, because y'all are so fucking powerful. Science will still take 10 to 30 years to catch up to how supernatural you are. So, like, It literally takes 30 years for you to unlock your power, and you just finished your Saturn return. So, like, you're one of the most powerful women alive on Earth. That's just how this shit works. Like, that's just raw power. And you're a transformer. So you're one of us. You Scorpio signature. You got Moon on Chiron. You're not from here. Bethany, you are not from here. You are a whole alien goddess. Like, that's crazy. And you have Mars on the rising. So you're like the militant high priestess with the blicky. The reason why, I swear to God, I swear to God. So the reason why this is lit is because as a Cancer rising, you have the MC in Pisces and you have Venus in Pisces. So Jupiter has evolved your career. Congratulations. Now that Jupiter is going into Aries from January to May, the actions you're taking forward to manifest this change of career are actualizing. And once we step into May, your 11th house is going to blow the fuck up. You're coming into notoriety and wealth and very influential wealthy people. And so over the next 5 months is you actually blowing up and taking your career to the next level. You've done all the work. So Venus is coming through to reinforce and reestablish the belief you have in the success in yourself. And this is cool because as a Capricorn sun, this is going to develop opposite your rising, the attitude to support the beliefs. Okay. Whew. All right. We're going to resume with Karen. Good night, Blue Flame. We're going to resume with Karen. Okay. Let's see. Reflection. The PayPal. Alina, I see you. Oh, nice. Dominic, I got you. Raija, I got you. Jessica, I got you. And yeah. Carrie. Wait a minute. Okay, cool. Carrie Richard, I still got you. All right. So reflection, I'm not sure which one you are, but those are the PayPals I got right now. So for Karen, we know you're the Cap rising. A lot of Cap rising. That's what's up. And you got the North Node Pisces. So Venus over the next couple days, going over your North Node Pisces on its own would challenge you to develop the attitude necessary. Alina, shout out to you. Will challenge you to develop the attitude necessary in order for you to really speak up about what you believe, because that's your destiny, right? The South Node in Virgo is taking the analysis. Oh, you're Dominic. I got you. I didn't know you're Dominic. So it's taking the analysis of what you philosophize your reality. Of course, South Node Virgo means you're actually very gifted at analyzing the details and coming up with the frame of reference. So you're using that critical philosophy to now express what you believe is possible. And you might be challenged to believe in those thoughts because you rest on what's real. Now it's different because you have Venus in Virgo. So because Venus is on your South Node, Venus in Pisces is completing the pipeline. And as Venus in Pisces completes that pipeline, what this does realistically, what this does realistically is put you in a position to now complete the understanding of how exactly your philosophy creates your beliefs. And since Neptune is in the third, you're seeing a lot more evidence real time of everything you would analyze completing in what you believe. It's like you can see the belief and then you see the 3D counterpart real time, which is the cool thing, unlike other people who wouldn't have that. And because Neptune is opposite your Pluto Virgo, and Pluto in Capricorn is trying your Pluto Virgo, this is what, having these aspects matured help you with more than others. Neptune is square, trying your Neptune in Pisces. You're coming into the full expression of these abilities. Thank you, Devin. You're coming into the full expression of, and that's why I admire and adore people born at that age range, because y'all are the only ones that have Pluto trine Pluto, Neptune trine Neptune. Neptune trine Neptune and Pluto trine Pluto is a full expression and mastery of intuitive abilities. So the Neptunian Scorpio intuitive wisdom to just understand psychological facets within people, now that it's trining in Pisces, you can literally project the imagination of everything you're experiencing. It's super psychic. And now facilitating this super psychic development that Jupiter's expanded, Venus is going to flesh in on your physical body more capability with Uranus in the fifth to fully express the multi-sensory nature of how psychic you've become. And really just with the Capricorn rising level, especially with Jupiter that you have in Libra, this is going to connect you with people in your social circle who tie into the knowledge of the value you're actively manifesting in Aquarius, which, by the way, for Cap risings, like Saturn going through your second is literally manifesting the bank, not the, like Venus will manifest the bag. Saturn is manifesting the bank. So you're literally creating an entire world around the knowledge of your network and net worth. And this is going to bring so much wealth to Capricorn risings just based off of who they know and based off of what you know and how you share. So if your second house Aqua is what you know, the third house Pisces is how do you make that detached knowledge creative? How do you add color to it? And that's what Venus is going to do. But your North Node is there. So what you're presenting, you're destined to present. Okay, very powerful. Luciano. All righty. So next we're going to do Jessica. Jessica, we know you got the moon Cancer rising, and then of course you got the Sag sun with all the stellium there, which is just superbly amazing. And what's really awesome about that personally is, unlike most Cancer risings, the presence of this powerful Sag energy, it adds so much more magical dynamic to what you're imagining because you actually see it all. So, the Sag Pisces square is working to integrate the belief in what you're creating relative to what you already see. So the rest of us that don't have Sagittarius, we're believing without that higher ascended vision, versus you approaching this with goddess awareness. That process of creation is going to be less faith based and more creation based. And so this is going to really help you understand the metaphysical process around and behind everything you're creating, so that with stark clarity, you have this understanding. Now, add that to the fact that you have the Cancer rising, you're going to actually be seeing into the unseen, because now the ninth house of Pisces through the vibe enables you with the moon to literally see through your feelings. And it's like you're feeling it as it is. So this is going to strengthen your psychic channels. This is going to evoke a lot of drama because you're not really weak as people wish you were. And you tell it like it is. So this is going to really involve you exposing a lot of things and themes within the collective around you with people as you break through out of this eighth house transit. And a lot of the negativity projected at you works less on you. So all of this is preparing to establish your 10th house, where you and Shannon are getting ready to be more known in your community, as this will prepare for the Venus and Jupiter and Taurus and Uranus conjunction. So all of that is leading into huge breakthroughs of career success. This Venus in Pisces is just polishing everything you know that it's possible you believe, and changing the belief around how you understand your success and what's possible, as just this Venus transit alone will really align a lot of synchronicities towards this and just give you a lot more confidence and abundance, but also really, ascend your beliefs and philosophy around what's comfortable for you and where it really is your home space. And, just Jupiter being in that 10th house region is just so powerful and so beautiful. Yeah, I really feel like the ninth house, transit of this and it going through the MC in one level is going to really give you hope about literally polishing how you want your career to look. But because you are the master of this ascended lifestyle, that gives you the edge to innovate this real time and do things that are ahead of its time before people really make sense of it themselves. So it's a lot. It's a really huge come up with this, but you already did the work. So come up is a little bit misleading. This is really more consolidation for everything you did. And so next we have, I feel a lot of petty energy. Like for most people, I feel like people are mad that you're winning. And like they're like what they're doing isn't working. It's like their response to your positivity is to try and trigger you to be negative, and it's not working. It's just like you're laughing at it, like, really, why are you so desperate? And so just bask in this victory. It's here. It's not leaving. It's within you. You have it forever. No one can take it from you. Congratulations, you won. You are the winner. And that's making certain dark forces feel like losers, because they are. All right, let's get it. Mrs. Forest Fairy Tarot, this is amazing. We know you have Venus with the North Node on your rising. So it's really nice to see Venus move into your fourth, fifth house. And that's crucial because majority of Pisces is your fourth house. I really like the degree specification where Neptune is close enough to your fifth house, where the first part of this transit is beautifying the comfort and the authenticity that goes into how divinely you dream your creativity. Because that Scorpio rising element is so intense as a personality that it goes very deeply into how magically you can create and express with your talents. Like I know someone with this, with Neptune here, she was channeling aliens with her drawings because Neptune just, channeled that inner child. So Venus going through here is going to polish how masterfully, as a Capricorn, you develop the attitude around your talents, around what you love to do and who you love to do them with. The South Node is unlocking Uranus in your chart, opposite Uranus in your chart, which is huge. So this is applying a very unconventional element of unique eccentricity that goes into how you manifest this uniquely with your relationships with others. This looks like people looking less weird at you and coming at you because now the stuff that they were doubting you were experiencing, now they're experiencing and they need your advice. Or it's like, wow, I used to think you were crazy, but I'm experiencing this too. And this is what I went through. And now people are matching your level because you held space for that. So with Scorpio and with Aquarius in between, it's with Saturn solidifying the autonomy and authority within your inner home space, which is the foundation for you to express this creativity. So really for you, this is a great transit to just get a paint and easel. All Scorpio risings really, a paint and easel, anything that you really love to do, and just spend time creatively focusing on that. And then all your intentions, if you're like painting a picture, put the intention of the picture in the art and draw that piece, and you'll see it magically manifested. Okay, which is amazing to even channel that. That is next level. That is super awesome. And this is where, as a Capricorn, with Pluto that's awakening out of the third, it's awakening this level because Pluto is exactly on your third house cusp. So this is going to empower and awaken so much more extreme sureness of your attitude where you might have fluctuated before. It's going to bring out more of the power. It's really cool because your sun's in Capricorn. So you get to direct this directly. Okay. I love it. Right. I love it. And just fueling into that is so important. Kamaru Fresh. Okay. You're an angel. So all you have to do to manifest your best life is to get out your head and use your magical words to speak your reality. Whenever you say this is what it is and your words are your magic wand, that's what's going to happen. But as a Gemini, we can play games with ourselves and cancel our manifestation. So if you want to live your best life, literally speak your best life into existence. That's quintessential Gemini magic. Speak it into existence and experience it. But don't let the logic trap be like, I don't see it. Create it. Know that it's there. Make it happen. Florence Scovel Shinn said, your words are your magic wand. So that principle applies to everyone, but Geminis live that. Okay. Like, it's just what it is. Like, I spoke to Jupiter. I said, send me $250. I'll sing you 3 songs. And a Sagittarius woman sent me $250 who is ruled by Jupiter. I spoke that into existence. That's a Gemini magic. But everyone does that. Everyone does that. We just have different focus on the magic. So dominant reflection. Appreciate the chart. Okay. Okay. So we know you're a Leo, North Node Leo. Damn. Oh, you knew Jen? Oh, that's crazy. Oh my God. You got Uranus and Neptune. Oh my God. You got Neptune and Uranus on the South Node in Aquarius? You're not even from here. You're from the ancient future. You're from the ancient future, and your destiny is literally to be the lead role character as a wild card to show on stage. Like, hey, I'm from the ancient future, bitch. Leo gang, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you're the Sag rising with this, so you're just like, whoosh, shine. You're literally here to expose the shit out of people. And I love that. That is amazing. You literally are like the undercover, like, hey, live camera, why you a bitch? And that shit's crazy. You're quirky with it. You're different with it. She doesn't even go here. She's just like an ascended master who's like, let me just fuck with this dimension real quick and see what y'all doing on this earth. That's why I can't stand y'all generation. All you people born after 98 are ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous. And then you have Saturn and Taurus. Like, are you fucking serious? Oh my God. So Jupiter and Saturn are being triggered by your North Node. No wonder you're like, my bad. No wonder because his name is Dominic. I'm talking about she. No wonder you're like, oh my gosh. Oh, did you get the reading? So, bro, this is legit. Because I have to once again emphasize with your sun being on the North Node, your destiny is to bring the light to other people. Like you're in the ninth, so you're literally meant to make a religion. Sag risings teach the religion of love. Sag risings show the meaning of love. So it's your destiny to create this religion around this courage and boldness of how you express love and passion. And you have as a resource this advanced cosmic knowledge from the ancient future that really conducts the unique way you speak and communicate to really teach this. So it's like you have the foundation of the book knowledge, and your destiny is to memorize the book knowledge and perform it on stage to other people, which is super fucking badass. Because as a Sag rising with Pluto and Sag, you're very extremely amazing and passionate, intense personality, especially with the Leo sun, for real, for real. So you're not here to be palatable. You're not here to really fit in with people. And that's important to say, because the Pisces portion of this is going to trigger the expansion of your comfort zone, especially if you've moved recently. This is having you be more comfortable with this expansion of how you've grown into greater clothes. And since Venus is going to square your sun, your Pluto, the first part of this transit is going to extremely make sure you can align the beliefs around how you express this golden light, so that you can integrate this element of your personality without getting too lost in your imagination and still maintaining to the vision. So this is going to really just polish your private inner world. But as a Leo sun, you're going to be aware of this in how you deal with other people, because Pisces towards Leos is boundaries. So what kind of boundaries are you comfortable placing? What are you comfortable sharing with people about your dreams? And what are you ready to accomplish? Because it's going to happen really, 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 really kick fast. And all of this is preparing for your Jupiter return May. Once Jupiter returns for May, you're Gucci. Like, this is going to hook you up. It could even facilitate a move because your IC is at the end of Aries. But yes, you're definitely due to integrate in your lifestyle a lot of career success that you worked hard for. And it's nice to know your Cap Moon gang. Welcome to the Cap Moon Club. So you manifest soul power that helps you stay grounded in a real way. You're the performer with integrity. Okay. You're the incredible golden king. You know what I'm saying? So it really goes a long way towards understanding the integration of integrity in your performance. And it's well worth it, well received, all that. Okay. Boom. All right. That's wild. Woo. For those of you guys who got the Oracle cards, I did not forget about you. Food. It's going to be around food. Food and practicality. So next we have Alina for the chart reading. Alina, we know that you have the Pisces rising. This is awesome. We know your Venus is in Aries. We know you got Sun and Chiron in Taurus. So you probably got Uranus and Scorpio. You're a natural healer. You're like the queen of natural. You're a whole ascended master, by the way. So as an ascended master, you are the holy producer. You're the special boss with natural healing. and you have the ability to claircognizantly know where to touch people to heal them. You literally can heal people with a lot of stuff. You help ground people's energy. So you being a Pisces rising is such a big deal because you just kicked in your brand new 12-year cycle. Jupiter is literally on your Venus, evolving and expanding your heart. So the Venus transit is the embodiment of this exalted heart where you are becoming the goddess of beauty. And she is beautifying what you believe about your personality and appearance to restart this cycle. Now that Jupiter has expanded your personality and kicked you into this next cycle, now Venus is polishing what's been expanded so that it can fit more to who you are. Now that you believe more than you can be, Venus is going to explore more of what you can polish. You know what I'm saying? It's like your house is bigger, so Venus is now going to decorate the expanded sections of your personality. And as this transcends more, this passionate belief with Mars, Jupiter is expanding the value of your worth and how much more assertively and authentically and individually you take action to manifest said value. But the reason why I'm so excited is because you are the Taurus queen. You got Uranus opposite your Uranus. You got the nodes unlocking this. So this is effectively unlocking the floodgates of cash that you manifest through your skills and abilities. You did the hard work. You went through the hard challenges. It's time to come into this reward as powerfully as possible. It is well deserved. And congratulations, if anything. Okay. I want to kind of emphasize, though, the importance of the, Pisces rising, because as Saturn goes through this is a karmic embodiment for all Pisces risings that will prepare for extra responsibility and burden as you come into the actualization of this karmic totality. So this is just preparing you to, with this extra superpower boost, take in more responsibility. Okay. Denise, thank you very much. I got your chart. So Jacqueline, okay, you want the Oracle. I got you. Jacqueline, I'm assuming you want the Oracle cards. I got you. So next we have Denise for the Venus transit. Denise, ooh, you're a high queen. Ooh. Okay. You an OG. You're a whole gangster. I see you. So you got Saturn on your first house. So you're not just a high queen. You got Aqua risings. And then you got Aqua risings with Saturn on their rising. So they got the badge. Aqua risings with Saturn on the rising can command the universe to do things. It's going to do it. And not only are you a high queen, you're a pure divinity. Oh my goddess. Wow. You're magical as fuck. You literally have the ability to manifest anything you imagine. And with Mars there, if you decide this is what it is, that's super strong. Oh my goddess, this is great. Look, I'm giving you this alien construct article. Damn, your chart is legit. You got Neptune on your moon. You are too psychic. Damn. Moon Neptune people can read people's souls and auras. They can assist the dying and crossing over. You have the innate ability to intuitively reflect back to people the true nature of their higher self and beliefs. And as one having knowledge of self, the integrity that goes into maintain how strongly you know who you are, manifest this magic. But you're coming into your Saturn return. So Venus is polishing all the wealth and worth that you have evolved since 2022. And this is going to be really good for money for you. This is going to really change your beliefs around what you're worth. It's going to raise your prices. It's going to make you more aware of how you're beautifying your own self-concept of your value. But oh my gosh, your moon looks super sexy and strong and confident. Like you have the South Node unlocking these intuitive abilities since the past 10, 20 years. And it's grounding in this home space in Taurus so that this can, of course, ground the nature of how powerfully you exert yourself and how much you know yourself as queen. And then you also have Pluto opposite your sun. So what I say with Pluto opposite the sun, and you have the OG version, okay? DJ Academics, Candace Owens, Chris Brown, What they have in common is that they're extremely hated or they're extremely loved. And they all have Pluto opposite their sun, just like you do. So it can sometimes feel that people play contrarian extremely for you, almost to undermine your beliefs. But the same aspect makes you so goddamn magic. You literally cut through the veil of reality and you manifest everything that you imagine with clear detail. The Pluto Uranus, your chart is ridiculous. I want, like, oh my gosh, like you have a goddess tier chart. You literally have a goddess level personality and spirit, and then a social soul, which is alien. Oh my goddess, this is crazy in a great way. This is mind-blowing. I astro nerd on charts like this because of the specificity, like of how everything is aligned. And then your MC is 29 degrees Scorpio. Oh my god, that's crazy. Who are you? You are not from here for real. Wow. You're like a fantasy creature. This is crazy. This is why I get crazy when I read Pisces charts. All right. So just to recap though, as an aqua rising, you're manifesting this return of the heart before it returns in Aries, but you're manifesting your magic. Let me give you an example of this. You're Aqua rising Pisces sun, I'm Taurus rising Gemini sun. So we're both Taurus second house suns, but people will pay me one-on-one. So I manifest what? Communication. I have the second house Gemini. I manifest by talking to people. You have Pisces. So when you manifest collective magic for the collective, it attracts value. It's the highest level of what I have. As a natural king, you're the high queen. It's super it's the highest level of magic. You have the most magical second house. I have to give you your kudos. How can I order the full book? Tatiana, shoot me an email and I'll give you the discount code because I'm currently getting the graphic to upload it. But if you want it before that, I got you. I can send you the discount code for that. So Julian Hewlett, I got your chart, but I haven't gotten a payment yet. So I'm once I get that, I got you on it. Okay. Carrie Ann, thank you so much for your patience. Return of the Mac. Carrie, we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So the card we have for you is you deserve love. You are lovable. You were created perfect. Okay. So next we have Christoph for romance card. Thank y'all for y'all patience, by the way. For those of you who got the romance cards, I just wanted to get the astrology readings out the way. So we do have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Or I just wanted to do these readings first. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. So just be in the moment, enjoy it, and this is the next stage for you. So if you're not sure how to come in, it's probably going to happen unexpectedly. But by just enjoying the moment fully, that'll prick you to the path. This is really strong. This is really, really, really strong. Ava. So for those of you who would like a chart, if you click the description box below, you'll be able to join the queue for a live reading. Okay. So next we have Sukiyana Sika. Oh, Sukanya. Here we have you deserve love, okay? And we have this with soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So if you're not sure who that is, set the intention to figure that out and it will be revealed to you, okay? Next we have Alexandra. Interesting. As a Virgo rising, the universe wants you to know that you're getting ready to bring in new partnerships. So your ex decided to part ways with you. Wouldn't be surprised if they may come back, but Venus is going through your seventh house, and then Saturn's going to go through your seventh house and prepare you for marriage. So your ex is parting ways because Saturn is preparing to get you into serious partnerships. And that's really the next wave for you, especially as a Cap Sun. This is putting you in a position to really change your attitude around what partnerships with people you can. And Venus is going to polish that. So we do have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And we have this with honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So that can denote potentially with Venus in your 7th house, you might meet someone new. You might see something new. Check out the water sign tribe report if you haven't yet. Jacqueline Westlake. Okay, let's see what we got. No problem, Dominic. We got you. So, Jacqueline, we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So the 3 cards we have for you are, and this could be like you could be inspired by kids. It doesn't really have to be like having kids. So we do have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. We have you deserve love. You are lovable, and we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Beautiful. Once again, if you're not necessarily sure who that might actually be, just set the intention. Obviously, you probably do, but if you don't, you will soon. So that looks like everybody. Thank you guys so very much. You guys stay blessed as always. And until next time,